starting up the stream.
Just the whole idea of wearing full plate and then having advantage because Mithril plus Infiltrator.
Did I show you the sheet that I made for Gray Fox?
For Gray Fox?
Yeah, from Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I had.
that's exactly what he did, man.
My brain, for some reason, was going to Star Fox.
Oh, it's a different fox. Alright.
New campaign concept. All of those motherfuckers.
I have Froggy.
All fox or all Star Fox characters.
Do barrel roll. Either make him an artificer or a monk just so he can barrel roll everywhere.
I don't know why, but I've always really wanted to do a zombie survival campaign, like set in modern world.
That could be very interesting. There are a few systems made for that.
Yeah,
And if you do D&D and Magic added on, would be very fun.
I'm too old to learn new systems now.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I have a Daryl Dixon ready to go for 5th edition. So you let me know when you're.
You've stand a Daryl Dixon, nice.
Of course you do.
He's just I mean, the critical elements are crossbow expert and sharpshooter, like any crossbow wielding motherfucker would be. That's it.
Well, if it's modern day, firearms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's Daryl Dixon.
Yeah,
and Daryl's smart by not using loud firearms and just using a crossbow instead. But if I did a modern day campaign and stuff, it'd just be a descendant of Theo. Armor artificer running around, be like, you can't bite me.
Well, there wouldn't be magic in a zombie survival setting.
Oh no, a power armor, like the whole running around in plate mill or something. Like, you can't bite me.
Power armor.
Fallout 4, motherfucker. We said zombie survival, not nuclear.
No, I was going with trying to make the idea.
I'm gonna build a spaceship. Yeah, it would probably be much more low tech. I don't know if you would have like power armor, but I mean the draw for me is just like a setting that's very like oppressive and like hard to survive, and like, it's hard to find resources. I don't know. Like I'd want to play that game. I don't know if other people would want to.
I played a couple, well, actually, probably like 8 months ago at this point, a game of the Alien role-playing game.
Oh, nice.
Which was fun, but certainly very anxiety-inducing.
Yeah.
You got my attention very quick. That sounds like a wonderfully horrible time.
The game ended when
Did everyone die?
The secret cyborg who we didn't know about put everyone in the secret android that we didn't know about, put everyone in cryo chambers and then flew the ship into the sun. So
what is this, Battlestar Galactica?
Well, in Aliens, there's usually an android or a hidden android.
Cylons. Yeah, my friend tried to run a nuclear apocalypse game a long time ago, and I made a character who was kind of like Bill from Left 4 Dead. It's like this old grumpy man who is like a war veteran, and I really wanted to play that game, but he played like one session and canceled it, like right as the bomb went off. And we were in a bunker. Like, we made our way to the bunker. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. It's like, damn, I wanted to play more. But yeah.
Is Bill an early character? I saw maybe a few seasons. I don't know if I know Bill or not. Oh, was he the guy? Wait a minute.
He's never mind.
Left 4 Dead.
Oh, Left 4 Dead. I was thinking Walking Dead.
That's what I was thinking too.
No. It's the Left 4 Dead game, like Bill with the cigarette.
Poor guy. No. The thought process I went to was Walking Dead, and then the dude who was like the mayor of some village, because his name was Bill in a completely different fucking show that he played in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Governor?
The
governor. His name was Bill in.
He was a fake Doctor Who.
He was in Jesus Christ. What is the Southern vampire show?
Oh, True
True
Blood.
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 Suki!
Nerds.
Suck it.
Suki!
Yeah. I never actually saw that show. It looked good, though.
It's pretty good.
The first go. Don't watch the last season.
It was definitely
Game
over
of Thrones
the
like
top.
situation.
Alright, yeah.
I think
Looks
it's.
way different. I found that out later.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Anyway.
But yeah. Alright.
Suki.
Probably get going here. Now I'm thinking about that character. I loved
Damn it! Now I need to make Bill in D&D.
Yeah, it was like a Greatest Generation, like, war vet. He was just, like, salty and angry, but, like, heart of gold. I loved him. It's like, oh, this is going to be a fun character. I never got to play him again.
Yeah.
Alright, so Beldani, you would be up for Scribe this week if you are up for that.
That's fine, if assuming we're just gonna put Donnie in the background, because I wouldn't want to scribe and play Donnie.
Yeah, I think we're just going to put Donnie in the background.
Okay.
Theo can be makeshift tank.
Huh?
You're kind of a tank, right?
I'm in infiltrator mode.
Well, you gotta change armors then. Maybe Betha can. Well, Betha's isn't she?
Pretty sure I do still have the highest AC and stuff.
Summon some stuff. I don't know. We'll make it work. It'll be fine.
If we can cast aid on my fiendish spirit, I'll just send him in there.
Or fireball.
Inanimate
the
objects.
spirit. All right. So yeah. So we'll have Bill Donnie as scribe. Donnie was the last scribe, which makes redoing the journal a bit harder.
We found a secret place. We saw there was water towards the back and potential paths to go through that way, but we didn't want to waste time. Snuck through some of the Duragar and then rode in a minecart. Talkie, no smashy, smashy.
Yeah, that is basically kind of what went down. So
We're about to leap out of that minecart, I think.
Sneak out.
Right? Yeah.
If you say leap, might be like, oh, well, you aren't doing it sneakily? Okay.
No, we were gonna distract. We were gonna send Beldani, I think. We were gonna send someone to distract the one guy that was hanging around us, right? And then we were all gonna sneak off into the dark.
We were going to send Tinder.
Oh, Tinder, that's right.
And if worse comes to worse, I have hypnotic pattern ready.
Right.
Tinder's doing what now?
The proposal, if Tinder is willing, is to have him approach this fire giant that is sort of lazily standing by and like just aggravate him and like tick him off and have him face like the other direction. I don't know, maybe just like insult him or I mean honestly the means of delivery is totally up to Tinder. The objective is for him to turn the other way and for us to leave the minecart while he's doing so.
Tinder says I can certainly try.
Well, that's all we can ask for.
And hey, Miriam.
We
Hi, Mary.
have a Mary. You there, Mary?
Yeah, I've been here since Beldani and you were talking about your games and characters and apocalyptic games. I just, I haven't eaten, so I'm making food right now.
Alright, no worries. So... I don't believe there were any lights in the hallway.
That's correct.
You were all in the same cart. And
Just Theo thinking over the mine link. How did we not pick the first cart?
well, I don't think you knew which cart they were going to use.
Yeah, they were not already on the track. They pushed them onto the track.
You can push minecarts on. Maybe from other tracks,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, they were from other tracks.
My brain went to just them picking them up and putting them onto the tracks somewhere.
They probably could have done that too as well. Alright, so... setting the scene...
Funny thing, so somebody did the math with giants and their strength score and stuff. Technically, they can't pick up the boulders and throw them that they're famous for doing.
Yeah, D&D
I mean, it
rules are
depends on the
silly.
size of the boulder, doesn't it? Boulders can be.
Well, general boulder weight and stuff, they would not be allowed to pick up.
Yeah, when they say boulder, it's just like a big rock. It's like a rock the size of like half a human body. That's what I picture it anyway. But alright, so Tinder says I might get splatted doing this.
Well, if you think you're in danger of death, you certainly don't have to. If you think you can get away with pissing him off and then making yourself scarce, then do so. But I don't want you to take any risks that you don't need to take.
Well, would we be hearing your conversation?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think it's more in his head. Did we have a discussion about this? Am I like forgetting what Tinder said he was going to do? Or is this just something you're asking him to do right now?
It was proposed at the end of the session, but Tinder's receptiveness to it had not yet been established.
Alright, so he would probably...
If it's something that he does not want to do, then we can explore other options.
He does seem a little hesitant, just because that thing is really big. I mean... He could try to fly past it invisibly and try to make noise or something. Just doesn't have a good direct engagement.
I will be okay with that. Whatever he thinks is the safest option for him. So if being invisible is ideal and he just wants to fly past and, like, I don't know, start saying some dumb shit like, hey, you, around the corner or whatever, he can do that. And if he doesn't want to do it all, he does not have to.
Ivor, can your familiar turn other things invisible while he's carrying them?
I just operated Nuddle before we entered the cave, and I could easily reapparate him.
So just a quick FYI, the other giants went down this hallway, and this hallway. They kind of split up.
What was the third hallway? The south one?
No, it was this one,
northwest,
and this one. And you would probably hear them moving around somewhere in the distance, probably grabbing mine carts.
So, would we have any proper idea which way we're supposed to be going from here?
Yeah, what does the map say?
I would guess that based on the conversation that they had about how they were getting adjacent carts, if we came... Well, did we come from the north or the south?
South.
So if they went to the right and the left, then the main track is probably the one that goes up here. I guess.
Boulder Bottom would whisper, it's the northeast track, I believe.
Into his mind, don't whisper, we can talk with our minds.
Oh, right. He says mentally.
Lou, I think you've maybe not given Base a dark vision. I just see a black box.
Oh, that's right, you have goggles now, right?
Yep.
Best qualities and then our goggles of quality in the entire world.
Alright, let me...
Tried to toot my own horn and tripped over my tongue.
Let me make that permanent for you so I don't keep forgetting.
Thank you. Actually, before you do that, let me, I'm going to change my name on the token to be smaller. There we go. Go ahead and associate it now.
Alright. Just loading Beta sheet. It's taking a moment. There we go. It always does that, like lags for a moment.
Pretty sure through all the macros, she has like a mini AI built in.
Yeah, it's thinking.
The sheets always take a bit to load for me, even in games where I don't have any macros.
That wasn't a dig, that was a prop of being like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just saying, like, I never really thought about it being my macros because the sheets take a long time for me in all the games.
I've also noticed recently with some of the updates they've done that there's been a bit of a slowdown, so it might also be the some of these updates because it looks like they changed the UI a bit, at least for me. But anyway, so Tinder would say to you, yeah, I could fly, you just have to let me know where I'm making the noise, or if you have a better idea.
Here's what I would say: is perhaps fly down this western hallway here, and make some ruckus a little bit in down that hallway, so that way we can potentially have a clear shot to go northeast.
He nods. So invisibly, he is stealthing as he flies out, kind of coming this way. Give me a d20 roll for something. Okay. Alright, so he flies down the hallway this way. And as he kind of gets to the edge there, you would hear a little bit of noise being made, some strange, maybe infernal language being spoken. The giant kind of looks curiously in that direction and walks over here. Starts coming down the hallway.
So we wouldn't have seen Tinder go, right?
No.
Yeah, he was invisible.
So telepathically, what did he say?
He has done it. He's gone down the hallway, and the giant is currently investigating him. I think the moment is at hand.
Alright, get on this side of the minecarts. Move upwards so we can use them as cover.
Slide out and try to just follow Ivor's lead here.
And I'll communicate. Well, actually, we'll get around the corner first. Hey!
So,
Giant, here's the dog barking.
There's a dog barking in the mine. So give me stealth checks.
Blowing our cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say the giant turns back, hearing the dog bark.
Who is that dog?
Do we still have Pass Without a Trace on?
I don't think so. We were in the carts for a while, weren't we?
Yeah.
It was only for like... Well, yeah, it was long enough for the illusion to disappear, but it's 10
I mean, I
minutes,
don't have the concentration thing on my
Okay, I was just asking because you have it on your roll.
Yeah,
so.
I hadn't turned it off on my sheet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alright, so as you are going down the hallway, yeah.
I'm going to flash... I'm checking to make sure I have enough. Yeah, I'm going to Flash of Genius Azalea to bring it up to a 16.
Okay.
Oh, so that's how you tippy toe.
Just a little bit of magic going to your heels, push them up to like tip tip.
Be very quiet. Okay. Thanks.
So are you moving through the rubble there, Zalia, like right on the wall?
I mean, I'm just following behind Ivor.
Okay.
So
So
I think the box I'm in is sort of straddling both the brown and the gray.
alright. So as you're going, you would see a big old giant down the hallway, pushing... Just flew into the wall. Pushing a cart. Unfortunately, I believe he wouldn't notice you.
Hypnotic pattern.
Alright, well, give me initiative rolls. As you
Give
begin
us
to chant.
warning.
Betha? Can
She jabs you with her elbow.
Alright.
So would we recognize? So Theo had said that he was going to cast Hypnotic Pattern as part of the plan. So if we see him starting to, I suppose it's going to be on his turn, but will we have the ability to avert our eyes? I've always wondered about this.
It's an area.
Yeah, it's an area of effect, so he can just throw it down the hallway.
Okay.
It's not like the when the symbol appears, it's like I think a 30-foot radius or something.
Yes, 30
yeah,
feet.
just seeing it's fine.
And
I'm so much concentrating on trying to be quiet when I walk and watching my toes that I don't even see the giant or know we're in fight.
What was that? Alright.
just trying to be super stealthy and impress Belle.
I was going to say, I just wrote in the journal notes, sadly the rest of the group is not as stealthy as Master Starling or myself.
I'm just so happy to be in infiltrator mood.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first act is indeed Theo. Casting Hypnotic Pattern towards the giant.
Gonna head up first.
Okay.
Then get to there and then cast it.
Alright, let me just check the giant stats really quick, because I've not used this guy before. Okay. Alright, so you chant, go ahead and link the description.
No chaining, just...
Just as a reminder, we do all look like Durgar and fire giants.
Oh yeah!
Well, yeah, although one of you is throwing a spell at him now, that guy. Alright, so you begin concentrating as you hurl a hypnotic pattern down the hallway. There's a flash of light, and... oh yeah, no chanting yet, you just point and gesture. And he has to make a wisdom save. Oh, no, he would fail. So he is affected by the spell as he kind of goes into a bit of a stupor and is charmed.
And then over the mind link, hurry, go!
We'd better
That
go,
will
we've
be-
only got about a minute.
Double checking something, that's an action to cast that, right?
To cast what?
Hypnotic Pattern, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Alright, just making sure. Alright, so I can't dash or anything, into my turn.
okay. Ivor.
Here, how do the rules for stealthy movement work with movement in combat? Do you have to move half speed to maintain a stealthy presence?
By raw, you don't have to. You would just have to make a stealth check as an action during your turn.
So if we wanted to remain undetected by other fire giants, we would have to be making stealth checks.
Yeah, and the other fire giants aren't aware. So, like, for example, this guy does have line of sight on you down the hall, but he is not looking at you, so it's sound-based right now.
Right, okay. Okay. Then... alright, yeah. Per Theo's indication of success, I will attempt to move stealthily on my turn. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
And what was your stealth check for that? Oh, 12.
Flash. Are you using it?
Didn't you already use flash?
It's
No,
a new turn,
no,
I can use it again.
Okay.
I do not have my shit. I don't remember when I used it. Oh,
Alright,
I
so
used
add 4 to that.
Okay.
Outside the cave, yeah.
Yep.
So with a 16, unfortunately, this guy would hear you. Because strangely enough, fire giants have really good perception checks. He is going to turn around and go. But that is it for Ivor. Beldani.
Alright, I am going to use my... oh, if he's got line of sight on me,
Yeah, he would see you now.
so I can't stealth at the moment because he's looking right at me.
Yeah.
But I could 5, 10, 15. now his line of sight is broken.
Yeah.
So I will bonus action hide.
Okay. So you fade away, becoming very quiet as you step out of his line of sight.
So that's 20, 30. Actually, 30 would put me there. And then use my action to dash, which would put me there.
Okay.
So the rest of the party just sees Belle like vanish into the shadows.
I think they would still see you because they have, they have line of sight on you. But you become very quiet as you suddenly just make your way down the hall. Because you don't have an ability to become invisible in shadows or anything, right?
No.
Okay. So the big giant just kind of sits there. Looks like he is still under the effects of your pattern. Betha.
Honestly, I
Dog
think.
barks. Dog
think
in
I'm
the
going-
mine. Sorry, go ahead.
I think I'm gonna wild shape. Let's try a I was trying to see if there was like a large cat form or something in my CR. See, a panther is CR 1/4. So yeah, I'll become a panther, just so she's a little bit stealthy and has some speed.
Okay.
And I will follow Baldani.
Okay.
Black Panther in the blackness. That'd be 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 50, and that is my turn.
Alright, so mark yourself as wild shaped. A giant elsewhere in the mine is doing something. A giant elsewhere in the mine is doing something. And the guy that heard Ivor is going to walk this way. 15. What's his speed again? I thought it was 40. No, it's only 30. So he walks down the hallway. He will see Zalia and shout, "Intruders over here!"
There is also a fire giant youngling with us, and Donnie, if he sees that too.
He would. So Donnie's with you. He is going to dash over to Zalia. Big old giant next to you. He says, "What are you doing here? These areas are off limits." That ends his turn. Zalia, what are you gonna do?
Alright, I'll look up at him and in a very imperious Borger tone, I will say, "You think we don't know that? We're taking this youngling back to the city."
Okay. Give me a deception check.
Okay, I'm gonna use inspiration.
We're just bringing him back to the city.
Oh, shit.
No, alright. Anything else?
No, I think I'll just try to brazen my way through it. I'll stand my ground. No, actually, you know what? I'll just nod at him and start to walk away with Donnie by the elbow. And then I'll say to Theo, "Come along."
Okay.
Oh, and then actually, I will turn back to the giant and say, you might want to take care of your friend over there. He's acting very odd.
All right. So another fire giant who probably heard the yelling is going to be running with a dash. That is it for him. Theo. He kind of is telling you to stop, basically, in reply to you leaving. Although he hasn't attacked you yet.
If we don't get him back soon, we're going to be in more trouble. Take it up with the family.
Oh, Ivor, why have you forsaken us? No one should be leaving Zelia and Theo to do the talking.
All right, Ivor.
Let's see. Does it look like this giant down here is heeding the professor's words or no?
No. He looks like he's getting annoyed that everyone's just walking away.
Okay. Okay. I'm becoming increasingly convinced that conflict is imminent. So, in a change of tactics. Actually, what is the size on that? Yeah. All right. What I will do is I will cast darkness in the hallway.
That's awesome.
So, spell effects. Okay. Bingo bango.
Could you link the description?
Yes, I can. There we go. Is that the correct button? Yeah, there we go.
Alright, so you chant grabbing at your material component in one of your hand as you let loose a darkness spell in the area ahead. Just mark yourself as concentrating. And there's a poof, and he yells, "Hey!" as he cannot see very well anymore.
Okay, and I actually at this moment, I believe I don't speak Dwarvish, so I will say nothing.
You do. I cast tongues on you.
How long does that last?
For an hour, I think. So, oh well, I guess we were in the. How long were we in the minecart?
When did you cast tongues?
I cast it when we entered the cave.
So it would have been. Yeah, it would have been before we talked to the first group outside.
Yeah, it would probably be gone at this point.
All right.
Has it been more than 2 hours since we entered the cave?
Well, did you mark it on the hourly effects?
Well, I'm asking for Wild Companion.
Oh, it would be getting close to 2 hours, probably.
Okay, so I'll cast the spell and then I'll just say to my friends, yeah, it's really time to go. 5, 10... Well, shit. Nope, I'm gonna move 5, 10 feet. I'm gonna think better of it. Move 5, 10 feet back. I'm gonna move to this spot right here. And then, I believe...
You can see through the darkness, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then I think...
as well.
That's correct, yep. And then that will be it for me.
Okay.
I'll say, go ahead, we'll catch up.
Beldani.
All right. Heeding that advice. I end up off map.
Leg it.
Because I will action, bonus action, and movement, so 90 feet down the hall.
Okay, so you're 20 feet off the map, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The dreadnought is still standing there, dazed. Betha.
I'm going to dash, so I would be 100 feet from my current position.
Okay. How far off the map would that be?
I'm not sure exactly where the edge of the map is, so let me just.
It's right up here.
Okay, then that would be 20 feet?
20
No,
feet?
15 feet off the edge of the map. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go ahead and
You'd
move
be right
yourself
next
up
to
there.
me.
Alright, so you rush up there, going 20 feet off the map.
That's my turn.
A fire giant from elsewhere is moving. Another fire giant is going to come running.
I have a quick question about seeming. Since I changed my form while the effect of seeming was on me, do I still look like a Durgar?
I believe
just curious.
so, because it's
Okay.
an illusion. You just
So I
be
just
on.
have the speed.
You'd
Yeah.
probably
Okay.
be like
Cool.
on all fours and look odd as you're just
Yeah.
like running around as a Dorg on all fours.
Hopefully, I
Really
don't
quick.
think any of them have actually gotten a glimpse at me, but yeah, it's worth it for the speed. All right.
Alright, so this guy is gonna come this way. He can still hear you in there. He can't see you. So he's gonna come 30 feet into the darkness. And I think he's gonna take a swing at Zalia. With his big old sword. So he hefts up the great sword, swinging down at you at disadvantage. Ooh, 29 may have gotten you.
Yep, that gets me.
Alright, so he clips you with the great sword for 23 damage slashing.
Okay.
He's gonna take a second attack, again at disadvantage. Stop! Oh, you're not concentrating, right? Seeming is just seeming.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
22.
Shield.
I think is your AC 17?
18.
So I think he might still hit with a shield, wouldn't he?
It'd be
Shield
23.
is +5.
Oh,
She beats it by 1.
I see this. It says 17, so you said it's 18?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so as he's swinging, you kind of throw your hands up, and a magical force field will deflect the attack. As he growls. Go ahead and mark as using your reaction. And that is it at him, or for him. He's still yelling, over here! Stop! Azalea.
I will,
You get your reaction back now.
I will reach for Ivor's hand, and I will dimension door the two of us forward. Sorry, hold on a minute. My Roll20 is being weird. I will dimension door us to this spot right here.
To which spot?
This spot.
Okay, so way down the hallway. So you can go up to 500 feet, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, so you spend the spell slot as you grab his hand, and poof. The two of you teleport as far down the hallway as you can see, which would be... Or wait, it doesn't have to be sight, right?
Correct.
But you do
That's
run
why-
the risk of teleporting into a wall if you can't see.
Yes, sir. That is why I pinged, so you
Okay.
could know.
So you look over there to as far as you know is safe, which would probably be, let's see, about 50 feet off the map, so a little bit ahead of everyone else, I think, as you both poof up here. So 50 feet up for you. That's it for Azalea, or do you have something else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, so there is some fire giants shenanigans as more are running towards the sounds. Theo. So you hear him moving around in here, but you cannot see him.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Wait,
35, then action a dash.
I didn't put it on him, did I?
Put
I
one
thought it
on
was
him.
pretty. The
So I'm not
darkness?
off the map
No,
yet.
no, but he can't see the giant because the giant's in the darkness.
Oh.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
giant
I
ran
think-
to the
Yeah, you
darkness.
can't see things in darkness, so I didn't just
Yeah, no,
swing in there.
yeah.
You just heard a bunch of swinging. Alright.
Gotcha.
So, Theo, is that the edge of your movement?
That is, I can do 70 in a turn with dash.
So you're still on the map, so I'm going to go another round. Ivor, you going to continue running, wait for Theo. What do you want to do?
I am okay. So I still got that going. I can't see actually. We'll see. In the interest of perhaps scaring them into some sort of thought process, with no particular idea what that would be, I will cast Thaumaturgy on the ground 30 feet back and use it to create some harmless tremors in the ground. Maybe make them think that we are more powerful than we seem or some such.
Alright, go ahead and link it.
Can do.
There is a bit of a rumbling as you use the Thaumaturgy cantrip. Okay. Anything else?
That will be it for me. I will just I'll probably be keeping pace with the professor.
Okay. Beldani, I assume you're going to kind of wait for Theo, or are you going to keep just running ahead?
I will wait for Theo.
Okay, any actions while you do so?
I will hold a.
If Theo sees you just standing over Mind Link and stuff, like, no, just keep running, just go!
Alright, then I will keep going. So that's 90 more feet.
Worst comes to worst, rope trick.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that would mean, it just, since it's all happening at the same time, I would be using my action to, or not my action, but I would be moving my regular movement speed down the hallway because I assume the professor is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Dreadnought is still stunned, or charmed. Betha running.
You're muted, Miri.
Sorry, I'll keep pace with Ivor and Zalia.
Okay, so retreating. More giants moving around. More giants moving around. More giants. So this guy. Alright, so this guy is going to go 30 feet. He would see Theo, though Theo would have cover from him, and he is going to huck a rock at you. Come back! I think he can only huck one rock, yeah. He's not like the other guys. Ooh, 27.
It's...
Alright, so you are clipped by the rock, taking 29 bludgeoning. His boulder kind of hits you in the side, and I need a concentration check. Which it looks like you made. Alright, so you don't lose your spell. That's it for him. Zalia?
I'm running.
Okay, running. Fire Giant is coming up the hall. He's gonna have some problems getting around the stuff here, so he slows down a bit. Theo, so at this point you're all sort of retreating into the caves up here. You hear the giants rushing behind you, but they're definitely slower than you, at least for now. What do you want to do? You're in retreat.
Should we just keep running as fast as we can, or do you want to find a divot we can drop off into? I can do a rope trick and we wait a bit.
Boulder Bottom says, this is the way. We have some some more space to cover, but if we follow this, it should lead us to the Great Hall. Though I'm guessing the giants will just keep following us as you hear the loud footsteps behind you.
That's what I was thinking. If we dip off a rope trick, we can let them get in front of us and then follow behind, but then we might have to deal with them again.
Let's run for a bit and put some distance between us, and then I vote the rope trick.
Yeah, if they catch up, I'll do it.
Yeah, like run a few rounds just to make a nice distance.
Give me athletics checks to see how well you do with running for an extended
Would it
phase.
be athletics for a cat?
I was going to suggest to the professor that perhaps she puts up a wall of force to slow the giants down while we run ahead.
And I have one more idea on something that I might try as well.
Yeah. I could also do Sickening Radiance, but I think a Wall of Force is... do I feel like a Wall of Force could span the tunnel? Like, how wide is this tunnel?
I mean, it's between usually like 20 and 30-ish feet so far that you've seen.
Okay. So, yeah, 10 by 10 foot panels should be able to cover it, so I will do that. I will point behind us with the Staff of Power, and I will use 5 charges to cast Wall of Force.
Alright, so you expend the charges as you point the staff backward, and a wall of force appears behind you. And I assume you're doing a spear?
Huh?
Flat surface. Okay.
Wall.
10 by 10 foot. Okay. So let's see. 10 by 10 would be a square, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you could probably use 6 of those to pretty much encase this hallway, going up to the ceiling. So you make the force energy behind you as you begin concentrating. A little while later, as you're running, you would hear something angrily crashing against it and yelling.
I hope one of them busted their nose open.
Does anyone speak giant?
Donnie does.
Johnny.
Oh, and Ivor, he still has tongues on.
No.
I do not.
Not.
Okay.
So Donnie understands if he wants to tell it.
So you think you're gaining ground on them now because you don't think they have a way of getting through the wall of force easily. What do you want to do?
Keep going.
At this point, I say we just leg it.
Continue running or just like jogging type?
Jogging.
Okay,
I would say keeping a brisk traveling pace.
Indeed.
Okay.
Question about athletics in Armor Artificer. With the armor doing all the actual physical work for you, would there be grounds to potentially do a different stat for that role? Or would it still have to be athletics because my frail flesh bag's inside?
Does something say the armor does that for you?
Yeah, is there a trait for that?
The armor, whenever you're Armor Artificer, you get rid of weight requirements and stuff with your armor being like, you magically infuse it to be able to douche. Like, pick itself up, but that's...
You bond it to you, but I don't think... It's not like a powered exoskeleton.
Yeah, I think...
Well, it is, or else I wouldn't be able to move around in it at all.
I think it magically... Like, the way most armors and magical shields work is why they're lighter, is because they're magically, like, able to move a lot easier than something metal normally would. So, I think it just makes the armor lighter. I don't think it makes it so the armor's moving you. It's not like a steam engine or anything. You know what I mean?
I actually thought it was like an animated...
It is, like, how they write it and stuff. It does very much seem like, no, you got magical power armor, but yeah, I'll just...
well,
artificers are artificers and they're weird, so
why don't
normal
you
magic armor.
Link the thing that, so I can just read it real quick if you can.
I will say to Beldoni, happy idea, Beldoni. Well done.
But yeah, the wall of force you think will at least give you 10 minutes of breathing room. So you quickly make your way ahead. Let's see.
So the part that I'm thinking way that applying is, if the armor normally has a strength requirement, the arcane armor lacks this requirement for you. And it's not just because magic armor's lighter, this isn't magic armor, this is because of me turning it into my armor.
Yeah, it's definitely bonded to you, but it doesn't say anything in there about you using different attributes to do that.
I mean, we could talk about it more later. Rules is written it wouldn't, but it is sort of magical. It's just technological magical, you know. It's not fully spellbook magical.
Correct. That's why I was. But yeah, we can drop it.
I think he's thinking about how, like, sometimes you'll have like a tiny little gnome in a big suit of armor situation, you know.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get back to it. So, you are making your way down this tunnel. There's nothing behind you at the moment, but you're trying to be quick. Boulder Bottom is looking at his maps. He's like, I hate doing this while I'm moving this quick. And he starts using his survival. Does anyone want to try to help him?
I can try and assist.
Okay, so he's showing you the map. Give me a survival check. He's like, is this right? I think it's right up here. Hold on, he's like, oh no, it's left. He's like, oh, okay, left. So you're moving down the tunnels, and Beldani's helping out. He leads you down a few more turns. Give me a d20 roll. Okay, 18. So you're moving ahead, still jogging. You think you've left the giants pretty far behind at this point. Although the wall would have gone down, so they might be coming in after you, looking for you. You start to feel like it's getting hotter, and you come to an area where it's no longer a mine shaft, but an actual tunnel, like a carved out stone tunnel. History might tell you more about the architecture.
Criminal history.
So the arch.
And I also have that ability, Lou, where I can see what things archaeologically, what things are used for.
Okay. Do you want to link that just to remind me? Just in case there's some extra information I should give you. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. I may have didn't link the historical knowledge thing. I'm not sure why. I'll take a shot of it and put it in roll 20.
Okay.
I'm sorry, in Discord.
Oh, yeah. Let me check Discord.
Thank you.
Okay. So this is definitely dwarven. The arch ceilings go pretty high. You would guess that. You would guess that this was probably back then used for something similar that it's being used for now by the giants. Just an entryway into maybe some sort of more settled area, like from the mines into the beginnings of a city. And from the intense amounts of heat coming from the way ahead, you'd guess there is some sort of fire source coming up.
Okay. I think we might be approaching the forge.
You start to see, as you turn a corner, there is light coming from somewhere down the hallway, but you can't see its source yet.
Okay. Should we slow down and just try to look a little more composed?
Do we hear forge sounds?
No, you just feel heat. You don't hear hammering or anything.
Well, I don't know that we would hear hammering if everyone's not supposed to be here. So I'm gonna slow from the jog to a brisk. Well, I guess we're already briskly walking, but like just a smidgen to try to not look too hurried.
Okay. So yeah, you slowed down a bit. Up ahead, are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just walking up there?
I think we're trying to be like
Nonchalant.
Yeah, not loud.
Like we belong here. I will drop wild shape so that I don't look like a strange
Panther.
running on all fours dwarf.
Panther dwarf.
So we're in like in that map that you showed us once. There was like a crossroads. We're in like the southern chamber, or about to be.
No, you're not. You're not to there yet. There's still a minecart track going down this hallway. So you imagine that you're still kind of on the outer areas of the city, but you're getting closer to something, maybe to the city proper. And by city, I mean that one section of the city, the southern one.
I would say we should be stealthy, given that we were already not supposed to be this far. I doubt that we will be received warmly any further in.
I suppose you're right. I just didn't want to draw suspicion.
Be as stealthy
So
as possible.
I will attempt to be stealthy on Ivor's suggestion.
Would you like me to?
Yes, Betha, please.
Chevra whispers, perhaps someone scouted out before we go up there.
Be happy to.
Alright, so you're going to try to scout. Give me a stealth check.
Is this sound and vision, or just sound?
It would be sound and vision, where you're creeping up.
Okay.
Alright, so you are very quiet as you move down the hallway. Peeking around the corner here, you see the hallway continues north to a part of the hallway that expands a bit. Over there, it looks like it's about 50 feet wide, and the hallway goes up about 50 feet. Again, a big archway. There's a big dwarven statue there as well. And kind of next to it in the archway, you see two fire giants. It looks like there's you're not sure what it is, like just several alcoves in the wall with fire coming out of them, as if like these are some kind of fireplaces. You don't think it's a forge, though. The giants don't seem to notice you. They're sitting there looking somewhat vigilant, but also maybe bored. Like they know there's danger, but they aren't too worried about it.
I remember seeing this on the map, because it looked like the tunnels went straight to the forge rooms on the map when I saw it.
So you don't think you're on that map yet. That's probably further in. You might still be on the maps that lead to that dwarven city.
And there's no way around, obviously. If we want to move ahead, we have to move through this arch with the giants on either side.
Yeah, you would guess this might be some sort of entryway into the city proper. Because it looks like...
I thought, Lou, that the forges were prior to the city. We weren't going to go to the city. We were going to...
The forges are technically part of the city, because I was confused with that last week.
So
they're just not main city.
Yeah, so this whole thing is the city. Like all four of these five of these chambers are considered the city. You assume you're coming in from the south somewhere before you got to the city, if that makes sense. So you're still on your way there.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Were those houses always there?
Yes.
Yes.
I guess I never zoomed in enough to actually see them pop up. I was trying to see the big man.
But yeah, it looks like there are, like, higher up on the arch, there are some, like, there's small stairways. You would guess, like, dwarves might be up there as, like, part of watchtowers. There is a gate, but it's been mostly destroyed, so there's no real gate there anymore. You're guessing the giants aren't too worried about something trying to break in.
It's only Beldani who sees the giants that are in their living room.
Yes, but I would
Yes. And
relay all this telepathically.
And the track does still continue through here. You're guessing this isn't the original track because the track is really big. It was probably put in by the giants later.
Do you think there's a way to get by them, Beldani?
I don't think there's any way to sneak by, unfortunately, unless we were all able to turn ourselves invisible, and even then, I'm not sure we could be quiet enough. And I'll look pointedly at the professor.
Is there a covering within 90 feet from the entrance that we could take cover from them?
On your side?
I'm asking Bell if he sees any potential covers within 90 feet.
From what the description you gave, it seems like the hallway is pretty much just open.
From here on, basically from this turn, it's pretty much a straight shot towards the large gate. There's about 120-ish feet of hallway that goes straight up to the gate, and beyond it, it goes straight back. Back further, you probably notice what look like some old houses that are kind of probably been abandoned for a while as the tunnel gets much bigger. This might be starting to head into the first chamber of the city proper.
Well, I could cast tongues on you again, Ivor, and see if we can brazen our way through.
We could give it a shot, but my concern is that since we already know we're not supposed to be down here, if we try to convince them that we do belong here, and it goes poorly, then we will be in a terrible position.
Yes, we will raise the alarms, which could be very bad.
How many guards are there? How many guards are there?
There's two there. Two big giants.
Did you say something about the Dwergar also?
You don't see any Dwergar yet.
You said something about some steps. Like steps that go up into some watchtowers or something?
Yeah,
dwarven size steps that lead up into watchtower.
Yeah, the 50-foot high archway, there's like a kind of like overlooks up there that someone could be out with a crossbow. Like, it looks like an ancient, or whenever this was functioning as a dwarf city, the gates could be closed and guards could be up there, like, firing at things as they're trying to get through the gate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, almost like watchtowers on the arch itself. But yeah, what do you want to do? Boulder Bottom says, we have to figure something out. We can't linger in case those giants from behind us show up. Then we'll be stuck in the middle.
How far is Beldani from the giants?
At this point, I've returned to the group.
Yeah.
And how far are we? Well, that was going to be my next question, is how far we are from...
So, it's about a 40-foot walk up to the turn, then it's about 120 feet up to the gate.
I mean, I could just walk their way and look not threatening, and then when I get close, try to banish them.
Try to... Well, certainly could, but they will be back.
We could make a run for it, and I could put another wall of force up behind us.
Mm-hmm.
I think those would be good backup plans.
We have to run straight through them before you put the wall up.
Right. But into the... presumably there was a gate and an opening on the other side, so...
My vote's for Ivor Sweet Talker.
We could put them into darkness, and while they're casting about trying to figure out what's going on, we could sneak by them.
Unless they have a horn or something to raise an alarm without needing to see.
I have silence as well.
You don't see a horn. You do see a bell, which is dwarven size, but they could probably just flick it and it would start ringing.
If we have access to silence...
Donnie says it, or sees it.
Yeah, I can perform silence a lot further away than most of my magic, actually.
I think if we have access to silence, that would perhaps be the safest bet. Because I think that if we try to sweet talk them, to be frank, I think even if they believe my lies, they still will not be pleased, and we will not have control over where we go after. They will probably take us to see somebody, because we're not supposed to be down here even as Dwergar. So I think if we try to speak to them and it goes poorly, we'll have to fight anyway. And if we fight loudly, they can sound the alarm. I think that if we try to sneak past them, we will be seen. They will choose to fight us and then sound the alarm. I think if we try to throw them into darkness, that will sound the alarm. I think the most reliable method moving forward is to put them in silence and dispatch them fairly quickly and quietly.
Well, if they're in silence, we'd be in silence. They could. How large is the silence area, Auntie?
I believe 20 feet.
They could step out.
So
of
I can put it right on the bell. It may not cover the entirety of the ruckus as we dispatch them.
Another thing that I could possibly do is I have the ability to potentially put it into the mind of one of them from far away that they don't know who their enemies and friends are. They might attack one another.
Perhaps we could do those. Perhaps we could do those two things: silence the bell and turn them against each other.
Agreed. If they are fighting each other, they still might hit the bell.
Well, it's worth a try.
And if they're fighting each other, then it will look like they've killed each other when we are no longer here, which will do much to diminish the suspicion surrounding our existence here.
The only potential wrinkle in that is, in order to cast it, I would have to take down the wall of force, so it would be only a matter of minutes before the other giants could get through.
Oh, the wall of force is...
It's already been... Yeah, it's already
the wall
been...
of force is down already.
So they're coming, but they're ways behind you.
We've been walking that long?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably been about an hour and a half that you've been walking through these tunnels. So it's been a while.
Then I can do it. I mean, I think it's rather a good chance that they might fall prey to it. I could cast Mind Sliver ahead of time to lower their chances, but you have to have a very high intelligence in order to see through this illusion.
Can they be fired upon as they're under the effect of it, or will that break the effect?
Yes, it would not break the effect.
Very well.
Oh no, sorry, no. They do have a chance to recover. It's not automatic. They can repeat the saving throw. But they can do that when they take damage, so if they're doing it to one another, it would also affect that.
Right.
But that gives us some time to get close and finish them ourselves.
It does. It will at least
with each other.
I say that if this is the plan that we wish to go with, I say the critical issue is silence, so that if they are fighting each other or fighting us, in either case, they cannot ring the bell. And then, as long as it is silenced, either they can kill them themselves or we can kill them.
Alright.
If fighting breaks out, my first priority, I'm going to run straight for the bell and get it in my bag of holding.
Well, and you said
I think he said it's like a tower bell.
Yeah.
Like,
is it too big to fit?
Church bell.
Yeah, it's basically it's kind of up on the arch a little ways. Like usually, if you were a dwarf, you'd like be pulling a chain to ring it. But yeah, they could just like reach up and slap it if they wanted to.
But
you said once we get to the corner, then it's 100 feet to the arch. Is that correct?
Yes.
Like 120.
Yeah.
No.
If Santa casts silence on the bell, then it won't be a problem.
I'll cast it right on the bell.
Okay.
As long as silence is going, and the second silence is gone, if things aren't dead and everything, then the bell's getting rang. I was trying to think of a way to permanently disable it. Maybe heat metal, but that'd probably be ruled as nope, only heats it enough to damage somebody. You can't melt things together.
Silence lasts for up to 10 minutes, so if we haven't resolved the situation by then we're in all sorts of other trouble at that point.
Right.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Things are going poorly. Give me a moment to ad hoc a tunnel, because I was not fully expecting this encounter to be like this.
We don't have any choice but...
I mean, we could try to sneak around them or speak to them, but it's going to go poorly.
Yeah, I think you should talk full on, I think that's the best bet of keeping.
No, I actually.
things going,
Well, I'm not gonna tell you what.
I have a lot of faith in Ivor's Silver Tongue.
So do I. I believe that they will believe what I'm saying to them. I do not believe that they will care. The Dwergar are not supposed to be down here at all right now.
We do have the Fire Child with us. That is
Yes.
one thing to where you can argue that, no, we need to get them back home now and stuff and try and be persuasive enough to be like, all right, just let the Durgar get them home and get the fuck out.
I think Dwergar are maybe don't know enough about fire giants to know that they fucking hate going outside into the cold. I think if I try to pitch that lie to another fire giant, they're gonna be like, "You are full of shit. Nobody, who fucking goes outside?"
Plus, they might want to just take the fire giant youth.
They'll just say, "Hey, we'll fucking take him home,"
and tell us to get lost.
Yeah.
Agreed. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Okay.
Still feels fun.
So you're moving towards them.
I think at the moment only close enough for Betha to silence and for the professor to do whatever the professor's in.
Silence has a range of 120, so if the arch
That's
is
the
100
corner.
feet from the corner, then I should be fine with getting it right on the bell.
Yep. We're just gonna peek our heads around the corner.
Yeah, we just barely need to peek my head around the corner, and they might hear me casting the spell, but at that point,
we're gonna do one of those things where my head's up here and her head's here, and they just peek around.
Alright, if we are definitely going to fight, I need to chug a few potions. Let me check how many greater we have.
And just to confirm, there are no light sources in this hallway, right?
The one up ahead there are. There's those furnaces.
Like at the arch?
Yeah, there's a bunch of furnaces up there letting out a bunch of light. So that area is all lit up. The one you're in now, there are none.
In the hallway? I'm in a black box.
Yeah, you can't see yet. I have to put you on the map.
Okay.
So you are approaching. So are you going to turn the corner, trying to hide, or you're just going in?
Turn the corner, trying to hide.
We're gonna peek our heads around.
Okay.
But we're trying to be as stealthy as possible.
Right,
And I believe we have.
Yeah, stealth is the goal.
we don't even need to peek our whole heads around.
Yeah.
Just
So you're still pretty far away.
one eye.
This is not where you actually are, but I'll say you're around the corner. So this is kind of what you would see.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I'm so glad I had a map I could use for this. Baldani and Zalia. Alright, so yeah, peeking around the corner, this is what you see. A long tunnel that the track goes down, and there are the two giants standing there looking bored. Those furnaces are just giving off a bunch of light. And this big thing is much bigger, and actually this hallway is bigger, but, I'm working with what I got.
Okay, so this is not to scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's close to scale, because the hallway is supposed to be 50 feet wide and 50 feet high. But I think the hallway... Oh, it's close. Okay, so it's a little bit wider, but we're just going to go with this.
Okay.
And there are stairwells going up to higher points in the archway where you could probably fire crossbows from. The bell is over here on the archway, just hanging there. And these guys are just kind of standing there, looking bored but vigilant.
Okay.
And the bell is how far up off the ground?
It is at about 20 feet.
Okay.
As I said, there may have been a chain that came down at one point, but...
All right. So then the silence will actually reach the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna look to Zalia and nod and prepare to cast as soon as she gives the nod back.
Which I will.
and then I will peek just enough around the corner to get an eyeball on the target, the bell.
Alright, Alright, so Betha is going to cast to kind of start things off. Go ahead and give me initiative rolls.
Now we're being quite quiet, so we would have the drop on them, wouldn't we?
Yes. Well, yeah, you're pretty far away, so they're probably... I was going to have you roll stealth, but you're kind of far away anyway. Silence is 120 feet, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. Just give me one moment.
Both the spells we're using are.
Now I believe I can cast upcasts, but let me just check. Maybe not. Nope, actually I cannot.
Oh, so you can only make one of them attack the other, but then if he does, then maybe the other will attack back.
Yeah.
Less saves though if they're fighting each other and only one of them is affected by the spell.
Yeah.
Sorry, just looking something up. Not finding what I need. No, that's not it. Alright. Never mind with that then. Okay. So initiatives. That's annoying. Initiatives.
I think we're missing someone.
It's actually a 6, not a 5. Did it?
Bill didn't put you in the turn order.
I have my token selected. I don't know why it's being... Hold on.
And honestly, Lou, I think there's something wrong with my token because the AC is not coming from my character sheet.
Oh, maybe I don't have it selected. Sorry.
Let me take a look at your token.
Because at first I thought my AC must be wrong on my sheet, but then when I went and looked at my sheet has the correct AC. And don't forget, I changed character sheets a couple months ago, so it's possible that my token might still be... No, that wouldn't make sense, because when I click the same thing I drag out, never mind. I don't know.
Hang on, it's loading your sheet. Actually, I didn't need to look at your sheet. Why did it bring up your sheet? Let me try that again. Oh, no, it's not dragging from your sheet. Weird. Alright, well, now it is. That's really weird. Okay, so let me save the token again just to make sure it's good.
Can I nudge Zalia, like, do better?
She had
okay, I had
a
6.
6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just re-rolling, so she'd pop up on the list.
Why is it saying your
It was a
AC
journey.
is a 10?
Okay, so now my sheet says 10, but seconds ago, before you started messing with the token, it said 18.
Change to
On
18.
my sheet. Okay, so it's supposed to be tracking it automatically so that I can equip and unequip my shield. If I enter it manually, then when I equip and unequip my shield, it's not going to do it for me.
Well, I think it manually changed it to 10 when I set the blue to be AC. I don't know why it did
Gotcha.
that.
Okay.
Alright.
Try again here. There we go.
Alright, so hopefully that that. Sorry, everyone. Alright, everyone should be on there. I'm going to close Baitha's character sheet because it's slowing me down. No, won't let me close it. Okay, there we go. Alright, here we go. So, Baitha begins to cast. I'm just going to reload it because hopefully that'll fix the slowing down. I'm assuming.
Do you want me to use a spell effect on this case, or is it fine not to?
Yeah, go ahead and show me where you're putting the silence. So you would go first, setting off your silence.
Alright, so then it would be like right on the bell. Is there one bell or two?
There's just the one.
Okay, yeah, so I put it right on the bell. So then that would extend down and up and all around 20 feet. And then I'll link the spell.
So the giants are surprised by this. And that's a 20-foot radius, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that is it for you. Well, are you doing anything else?
Let me just look at one thing. Do I want to... No, I do not. That is my turn.
Alright, so you're still kind of around the corner there looking out. Veldani, what are you going to do?
Good question. I can only get within 60 feet, which is not good enough for a crossbow shot. So I think instead I'm still out of their or I'm still in the shadows here where I am. The light doesn't extend all the way down the hallway.
You're around the corner.
So I'm going to bonus action stealth.
Okay. Though when you do enter the hallway, you won't have cover anymore, so they will probably see you.
Was there light in the hallway?
Yeah, these things are putting out massive amounts of light. Like, this whole area is lit up. Basically, as soon as you turn the corner, you hit light. That's why you could see it from back where you were.
So there's no sort of sneaking along the wall to creep up on them?
Probably not. There's not... I mean, they specifically made this open so people couldn't, like, sneak down the halls towards the city. Unless you have visibility or something.
I do, actually, so I think I will do that. Instead of bonus action hide,
okay,
I will cast invisibility on myself as my action, then bonus action hide, and then move 30 feet.
Alright, so you are invisible, moving silently down the hall. Just mark yourself as hidden. That's it for you, right?
Yes.
Alright, Fire Giant goes. He is surprised, like, as he suddenly can't say anything, looking very confused. Theo.
Right, so, I was trying to cast at the same time as Baitha. But that I would have to wait until the end of the...
So yeah, you would cast on the turn when your initiative goes off when starting. The only thing you could really do about that is if you somehow can start the battle early and ready in action. But outside of combat, you can't ready actions.
Outside of combat when we started this.
So
how would we start the battle early? Slap each other?
No.
So technically, as soon as somebody does something slightly aggressive or goes to start that aggressive movement, that's
what
whenever
Baitha
initiative
could have
starts.
done, because she went first, is ready in action for you to cast something, because she would have been first. But you were kind of at you're kind of at the mercy of your initiative when battle starts.
Okay.
Yeah. Theo, what'd you want to do?
So confirming over mind link, we're killing these guys?
We're waiting for them to kill themselves, hopefully, and then if they do not, then we will kill them.
So just stand here.
That's my plan.
Yeah,
Better to make it look like they killed each other.
they can't see you yet. They just seem confused as to why it's quiet.
Ivor said just stand here, so I'm just standing here.
Suddenly the roaring of the furnaces went out for them.
Yeah, they're like, huh? They're just looking around. Alright, so Theo's staying. Maybe dodge action or something.
I guess.
Okay. Ivor.
I will just keep a lookout to make sure that nothing is approaching us from behind, because I know that those other giants were. I mean, they're. Who knows how fucking far away, but they are making their way this way eventually.
There were a lot of hallways that could be looking down for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just be on the lookout.
Okay. Zalia.
I will cast Enemies Abound on the one that is currently green.
Alright, go ahead and link that.
I did, but I'll link it again.
Okay, so you were behind cover, chanting, looking at them. Normally you might be in danger of being heard, but since they are in silence, they have no idea. So you chant, and you're targeting that one. He is going to try to make a int save.
Yes.
Okay.
DC 17.
Oh wait, no, not initiative. God damn it. What am I doing? Int save. Aha. Oh, he makes it.
Okay.
Surprising. Oh, am I whispering? Sorry.
Yep.
Let me make sure I'm not whispering. And I'll even roll again. Alright, let me roll it again so you can see. I'm not a cheater.
I believe you.
Well, that time you didn't work. So he is affected by enemies bound. So go ahead and mark yourself as concentrating and with the 1 minute timer. And yeah, you're still kind of hiding back here. The fire.
Sorry, Lou, you had changed the timer. It used to be yellow, but I don't think it is anymore. Can you tell me which?
Oh, it's
account?
a stopwatch.
If it lasts for a minute, it's a stopwatch. If it lasts for another set amount of time, just keep track.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, so the guy affected by enemies bound. Do I have a marker for enemies bound? I do. Alright, good. That makes it easier. Enemies abound. 1 minute. He is going to look around. He only sees his buddy, who's looking at him kind of weird. So he roars, and he's going to rush at his buddy, swinging.
He roars, no sound comes out.
Yeah. So he does a multi-attack, and the giant is also yelling at him, but you can't hear anything.
What the fuck are you doing, Steve?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hope he had advantage on that.
No, he didn't have advantage, but he would strike for 24 slashing on the first one as he Steve cuts his buddy. Then he is going to swing again. Another 24 slashing.
Nice.
That's how it's done, Steve.
Yep. That is it for the fire giant. Top of the round, Betha.
Potential change of plan. If Steve just completely annihilates his buddy, we go, "What did you do? Don't worry, we'll cover for you if you cover for us."
I will think in my mind, like, are we just gonna sit back and watch this unfold?
That's what Ivor said. And what did you yell? I didn't hear.
I was gonna try and get closer because it takes me so long to get anywhere, but I don't want to be seen, so I guess I will hold a dash action? Am I allowed to ready a dash action?
Yes, you can ready a dash.
Okay, I will ready a dash action if one of my companions attacks one of the fire giants. If we engage and not just watching them fight each other.
Okay. Beldani.
Right. I'm still invisible and stealthing, and I'm just gonna bonus action, and movement dash. To get right up behind the charmed one, and just hold my time. And
Are you not stealthing?
I am stealthing.
Okay.
I thought I had rolled my stealth on the last turn before when I turned invisible.
Well, each turn you're stealthing, you make another roll.
Oh, right. So then I will back myself up 30 feet.
Question: if two creatures are fighting, would one of them count as an ally for sneak attack?
I don't think so, because they're not. It's weird because they're only.
You can have like multiple hostile parties. Yeah.
Sort of. I have to read enemies.
I thought it was an.
It would depend on enemies abound. I'd have to read it again.
Well, we wouldn't count as ally to them either. You just can't tell allies from foes because everybody's bad. So.
Yeah. So the guy affected by enemies abound, definitely. The other guy, maybe. Alright, so Beldani ran up. This guy is gonna angrily attack back, because he has no idea what Steve's fucking problem is. Come on, me bro! Smacks him for 32. Does he get a saving throw?
He does, yeah.
That's an in save?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright.
Is it just when he gets hit or end of turn too?
I think
anytime he takes damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he completely fails. Then he goes at Steve with another attack. Smacking him again. Clang, which doesn't make any noise, for another 36. Ow.
Jesus. Bob is fucking up Steve.
Yeah, Bob is tired of Steve's shit, apparently. That is it for Bob the Fire Giant. Theo.
Crowd giant names.
Steve gets another save.
Alright, yeah. Hit. Oh, 17.
Oh. That's it, yep.
17, is it?
Alright, so he shakes his head, wondering what the fuck just happened, although Bob still seems pretty pissed.
Would we notice that?
Zalia knows her spell went down. She knows the magic dissipated.
So y'all want to wait another over the mind link? Y'all want to wait and see if they keep fighting?
I could try to cast it again on the other one.
I think the other one's already ready to kill.
All we need
To
is
kill
one.
Steve.
Yeah, Bob's definitely looking ready to kill Steve no matter what.
Bob
Well.
is not happy with what Steve did. But Theo, what are you gonna do?
Hide, I guess.
Alright,
Just make sure I'm not being loud.
Continue dodging. So at this point, from way up above, you would see a little dude stick his head out. It's like, what the fuck is going on down there? As a Dwager steps onto the balcony here. Who's currently inside the arch and just sees the giants fucking each other up. He kind of looks out very suspiciously. Doesn't see anything. And
Just suspicious. I was just
Oh,
thinking.
hey, we see another Duragar. Maybe if we just come up and be like, what the fuck's going on? He'll believe us.
Alright, so yeah, he's
If the Drugar are not allowed down here and he's down here, he's something special and probably knows a lot more than we know you know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's keeping an eye out. He's looking out, looking down, maybe saying some things to them in giant, but that's about it.
Well, and he might realize that when he tries to speak, no sound comes out.
No, that does, because he is above the effect. He's up above.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So he doesn't even know there's a silence. Well, actually now he does, because they're like hitting each other and there's no clangs. It's like watching a silent film with two giants.
So
So he knows it's silent, or is he just confused?
So he's more than 20 feet
you don't
above
know.
the bell?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's way up above on like the parapet archery thing.
Gotcha.
But
So the bell is not at the highest level of the arch.
No, it's
Gotcha.
20 feet up, so it's kind of like on the side there.
Gotcha. Okay.
So on the other side, another one sticks his head out
Oh.
and says to the other guy something in Dwarven, which is not very loud. You probably can't hear it. Maybe Beldani, do you speak Dwarven?
I do not speak Dwarven.
All right, the
You
silence
could
might
say
be-
what they say over the mind lingo.
I could attempt to repeat it.
All right. Well, I can wait till your turn for that.
Okay.
So yeah, they're kind of looking around, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Ivor.
Well, all right. So last I heard, so the professor did tell us that the spell dropped, but she was going to give it another shot. So I will hold my action to pop out. Oh wait, no, because you can't do both. Okay, so we can. So from as far back as we are, we can like peek our head around the corner just to see what's going on, but we don't actually have currently line of effect on anything out here unless we're breaking.
You're completely and you're not even peeking out right now because you're kind of holding stealth after that initial cast. So peeking out, you might be noticed. It's unlikely. You're pretty far back, but there's a chance.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to hide if you wanted to peek out.
Okay. Well. Can't move and cast as a held action. So. Yeah, I will just continue to do what I'm doing for now and keep an eye out for other giants.
Okay. Zalia.
I'm gonna attempt to cast. Let's go for Steve again, I guess. Enemies abound again.
All right. So I'm gonna peek out and cast at him. All right. So you peek out, doing your chant. These two up here will notice you now as they hear the spell casting from up above. But
Silence is still happening there?
They're above
there.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
up above.
got ya. Okay.
So you're affecting the south one or the north one this time?
Steve always. We
Okay,
stand
Steve
Steve.
always.
Steve again. All right. So
Team
Steve.
Steve.
Did you say we stand with Steve? I think we're
stand
trying to
Steve.
Steve.
No. We stand Steve. Like we're cheering for
All
Steve.
right. No, he is affected again as more magic ensorcels him.
He like snaps out for a second. He's like, sorry, Bob. I don't know what the fuck."
Okay, I want to know if the fire giants can reach the dwarves, or are they too high?
That would be fun.
Yeah, that's true.
No, they
Just
can't.
yeet that motherfucker.
cool.
They have a 10-foot reach, but they're only about 15 feet tall. So the dwarves are a bit above them. All right,
Okay.
so Zalia, that was you. Steve is gonna roar, and he might throw a rock up at the guys up top. May say.
I love it. Knock them off, and then they fall into the silence.
He's hurling a rock. So he sees the dwarf looking down at him, and he's like, "What are you looking at?" Oh God! Whap! Yeah, that's gonna hurt. So the dwarf is completely annihilated as
Fuck
rock
yeah.
just splatters him. And Steve is all about that. Betha, new round.
I'm actually going to do the same thing. I will ready my dash to get closer if the rest of my party goes in and starts attacking, but I'm going to stay hidden and keep concentrating.
Alright, Meldani.
Alright, first I will make my stealth check.
Alright, creeping. Alright, so you're creeping invisibly down the hallway.
And then I'm basically going to maneuver around so that I'm under the balcony, out of view, even when if and when I turn visible, hopefully I'll still be out of the view of the Duragor on the balcony above.
All right.
And nobody can hear you step now.
Mark yourself as hidden.
Yes.
I am. Well, I'm
you're
marked as invisible.
As invisible, yeah. There's another one for hiding.
Oh.
Which is the one for hidden?
It should be on the list there.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Just.
No, there.
I don't
there
see
is
it.
Oh, stealth. I see it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Right, so yeah, you're stealthing and invisible.
2 ninja masks.
So this guy is even more annoyed now at Steve because he's murdering the dwarven guards. So he's gonna 23 strikes him for 22 damage. Not as big a hit as last time. Clang, which gives him another save. Nope. Second attack.
Awesome, that giant are so dumb.
Yeah, 31. And he is looking. Actually, he was looking wounded from the last attack. Now he's looking near death. And he gets another save, which he fails. That's it for Bob. Theo.
There's not a stealthy way to put two.
So you think that actually, I don't know. I don't know if you know that Azalea was seen.
Did you say that I thought I was seen?
Oh, you know that the guy up top saw you, the two of them.
Okay. Yeah.
As soon as you cast, they looked over.
You probably would have said something through the bond then, right?
I mean, I don't know if they've retconned that, but I'll do it on my next turn.
Gotcha.
Alright, so what do you want to do, Theo?
I want to shoot a dwarf in the head, but I'm asking if I get permit. Like, do y'all think it'd be stealthy enough, or is that
Can I
an
speak
obvious?
as free action, or do I have to wait for my turn?
Usually it's on your turn when you speak. I was thinking of making it so whenever you speak, you just put a marker on yourself to know you've spoken for the round. But I haven't implemented that yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't ask for any input.
But you just
if
can't
we're
get an
ever in
answer yet.
combat. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna try and shoot.
Because it's kind of weird, because like this would be happening while Zali is doing her thing. It's all kind of simultaneous.
That's fine. Ask the question, and I'll answer you on my turn. It's coming up. You could hold
And
your
it takes an
if you want.
action to try and stealth to shoot around the corner, right?
Yes, unless you have like roguish action or something.
Alright, so can't stealth and attack on the same turn. I'm gonna just sit here.
Also, since you're not invisible, well, I guess if you attacked from the corner, then yeah, you'd be okay. So
Yeah, that's
the
what I was
Mind
thinking.
Master goes. He yells something at the giants, but they don't seem to hear him. He is going to check his spell book. He doesn't like any of this that's going on. He is going to cast a spell. Oh, is this a spell? It's not a spell, never mind. So he does something and vanishes. You don't know where he went. That's it for him. The other guy is splattered. Ivor.
Okay, I think this strategy is going pretty well for us, actually. I think if they fuck themselves up, then it will look like we were never here. So I am perfectly content to make this look like some sort of dispute between the fire giants and the Dwergar, and keep an eye out for other giants from the previous hallway still.
Okay. Keep an eye out. Zalia.
I will.
Oh, and Theo, did you say you had asked everybody that question? Or is that directed to anybody specific?
Nope. Whenever we're in combat, Theo talks over the press all channel.
Sure. I guess then, yeah, on my turn, I would have replied and basically expressed, what I said out of character. I think it makes the most sense to just let them fucking kill themselves, and then when people come looking for them, there'll be no signs at all of our presence here.
And I will respond on my turn.
Is there a word bubble marker? Just make something. I'll look later. Alright, the fire giant, who is,
It's my turn.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't go yet.
Oh,
It's always
sorry,
turn
Ivor was finishing his turn, yeah. So I will respond to Theo. One of them saw me. I think it might have been the one that just disappeared, so we should try to figure out where he is. And I will hold an action to cast a Ray of Frost if the other Durgar appears within 60 feet of us. Cantrip.
If you do that, you will lose your current spell.
I forgot that you may. Yeah, okay. Never mind, then I won't.
Okay.
I'll say what I just said, and that would be the end of it.
Alright, so you continue holding the Madness spell. The fire giant is very wounded, but he's gonna keep swinging. I'll take you out with me. Smacks poor Bob for 28, which will wound him, I believe. Yep, he is wounded. Then he attacks again, seeing no other targets. Striking him for another 25, ending his turn. Betha, continue to hold silence, I assume?
Yeah, same thing again. I will say to everybody, like, that dwarf that disappeared might be running for help. We should see. Does anybody have a way to reveal him if he's still there? Then that's my turn.
Okay. Beldani.
Right. Can I use a bonus action to try and perceive if the Durgar is within 30 feet of me?
So there are 2 stairwells going up the arch. One opening on this side and one on this side. So you'd imagine he's probably inside the arch somewhere right now.
Okay. Oh, but I'm currently in the silence, so I wouldn't be able to hear him, so a perception check would be useless anyway.
Yes, especially if he has invisibility going.
Maybe he's smelly.
Yeah.
You can't get up there, can you?
Oh, there's staircases. Presumably I could get up.
Yeah, you can go into a stairwell if you want.
50-50 shot.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if the 2 stairwells connect at the top, the arch, since there seems to be like the balcony overhanging. But I'm actually right now I'm going to deal with the giant. So I'll first bonus action stealth again to stay hidden.
Okay. Alright, so you are stealthy.
And then I'm going to position myself at the base of the staircase, between the base of the staircase and the giant, and hold an attack for either Bob to kill Steve, and then I will attack Bob, or if anything comes out of the stairwell entrance in front of me.
Alright, so because I don't know if you would even have seen that guy turn invisible because that was up top. I think your party may have noticed that. But
well, he would have been privy to the
I think one person already mentioned dwarf turn invisible.
Yeah,
Zalia's got it on her turn.
I mean, you can keep in. Well, the problem is you are in the silence though. So you can look for signs of scraping or something. I guess if something comes walking out like a footprint, that'd be the only indicator.
Right.
Yeah, you keep an eye out. The giant goes, He is going to try to finish off Steve. A mighty great sword attack. 27 damage on the first. The giant is looking very wounded. Giving him another int save. And second attack. Bob is on fire today. I don't think he's missed any attacks. Oh, just as I said that, he would miss. Clang as his attack clangs off the armor of Steve. That's
Feels it
Bob.
Right before he ends Steve's life.
Yeah.
Let Steve get a few hits in.
Huh?
What?
Let Steve get a few hits in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theo, what are you gonna do? Wait.
Yes.
The invisible guy is doing stuff. Ivor.
Yeah, pretty pleased with this very, very tactical approach to this situation. We're going to keep on keeping guard for other giants.
Oh yeah, and on my turn, let Ivor. Well, one of the doors is getting away.
Zalia.
I will continue what I'm doing, but I'm going to say, I'm not sure he's getting away. He might be hiding up there. Is there a way that you can get up there and not be seen, Theo? And that's the end of my turn.
Alright, the Southern Fire Giant is going to attack Bob.
Team Steve.
Bob takes a nasty hit. 35 damage and is near death.
Your hesitation is going to kill you, Bob.
Wait, are you Team Bob or Team Steve?
Team Steve.
I'm team... I don't know, I like them both so much.
I've developed an emotional connection to both now. I don't want to
This is why you don't give them names.
I know.
This is why you don't name them. Oh, 21's gonna strike.
Oh no!
Husband just left for work and was listening to y'all like name a fire giant after him and then have it beat his buddy to death.
Oh shit, I forgot his name.
So Bob is very, very wounded now. They both are. None of them have died yet, though. Betha, top of the round.
I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna say, perhaps now's the time to put down some damage, Zalia. I know you have to lose your other spell, but we could get that dwarf at the same time as finishing off the giants if you put down something. I don't know. That's my turn.
All right, Beldani.
All right. Seeing both giants on the verge of death, I will use my bonus action to coat the
bloody
dagger of Asiak in poison and stab at Bob.
Alright. So you stab Bob, suddenly appearing from the shadows, as you are no longer invisible, I believe, right?
Correct.
So you poof. Go ahead and make an attack with advantage. 28 will strike as Bob is stabbed, and he dies.
Bob is super dead.
Super dead.
Anything else?
I will. Nope. That's because that's my bonus action, my action, and I don't want to take any movement because Steve will get an attack of opportunity if I do.
Oh, yeah, Steve's definitely looking at you now. Theo.
Peeker in the corner. Seatbelt just popped out and one's dead. Attack time, finally!
Yeet!
20, 25, 30, 35 this way, so I know I'm in range of everything. Sharpshooter on Steve.
Okay. Pew.
How did the dwarf go?
That one missed.
Fly past.
Come on, try again. Shit!
Nope. Flies past him.
Let me double check crossbow expert. I don't gotta make sure if I'm supposed to hit to be able to shoot with it.
No, you just have to make an attack.
Just have to make attack. All right, third attack with crossbow.
Alright, so you pull out your crossbow as a item interaction. Go ahead and give yourself a...
Nope, it was already in my hand.
Oh, well then
And I have
mark
a shield
yourself
at
as
two.
having a crossbow and a shield out.
Alright, I'll do that in just a sec. I'm using an inspiration.
This is sniper again.
Yes. I think that makes...
22 would miss. The -5, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that would just miss, because he has AC 18. Thunk, so it dinks off his really heavy set of armor.
Yep, fucking E. Yeah, it's the last of my turn.
And I think that when Beldani attacked, that would have triggered my readied action, so Faitha would have dashed
Oh,
into
yeah.
you now. Yeah.
Well,
That's
the
all.
dash is only your 20 feet of movement.
Oh, 25, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Then I'd be probably here.
Yeah, that's fine. So you run out behind him. So Theo, just mark yourself with your weapons.
Working on it.
The mind guy is doing something. Ivor.
Okay, yeah. Seeing that things are happening, I'm just going to. Oh, no. Oh. I will step out and around and to within 120 feet of Steve, and I will pry a little bit on the inside, and I will blast him 3 times.
No, old Yeller. Oh yeah, so 26 will strike, and 29 will crit. So
And Betha, you got a nat 1 on one of my 30 feet.
Yeah, but I think I just used my reaction to use my readied action.
Yeah,
Is that
she
correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
He goes down.
Nice.
So at this point, we can drop out of combat.
We are still, I think, collectively curious about where that Dwergar went.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's a way to address that. Well, it might be still in the tower, according to last we heard.
Do you?
Was there only one or were there two?
Sure. Well, the one died. You got hit with a rock and splattered. Yeah, I guess we could stay in case someone has something they can do about that.
He squashed one of them.
Yeah, one of them just looked over and Steve went, rah, threw a rock at him and he just exploded. Steve's kind of a jerk.
He down. He was at a higher level though, right? The
Yes,
other
he
Dark.
was out on the balcony at about 40 or so feet up.
Okay.
And then he poofed, turned invisible.
I'm gonna move up, and I'm going. While I'm walking, I'm gonna say, should we go into the tower and see if we can find him?
He probably just ran. Like 90% chance he's already ran and getting
All right, then
back up right now.
we should probably keep going and
And letting them know that there was magic cast still, and killing each other's going to still be known as us.
Except all they saw was a group of Durgar, so they don't know it's us.
Yeah, they saw Zalia pop out as a Dwegar and cast something. That's about it.
Okay. I think.
Assuming he's actually left the scene and isn't seeing us all now.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Or
even have
he's
an idea
sitting
of
in a
numbers.
corner watching. It's hard to say.
Which, I mean, even then, he would still just see our disguises, but
Yes.
if he did run off, then he doesn't even know our numbers, you know?
How long does silence last?
10 minutes.
Alright, you gonna keep it up?
I am, until we are actually in control of that bell.
Okay.
Just in case he's hanging out next to it.
So we can drop out of combat.
Okay.
I was going to say, I'm going to explore climb up the stairs and search the whole tower or whole archway for our missing Durgar friend.
Right.
Ivar, not Ivor, sorry.
Bell's
Theo,
going
can you
up on the
remove
way.
the clapper from the bell?
I'm just going to go opposite way up into the tower just in case. Bell's going up one staircase, I'll go up the other. You might run into one of us.
So you go up the side of the archway through the stairwell. You could get out to the platforms up here. The one is just bloody mess all over the floor. You don't see where the other one went. If he's invisible, you don't see him.
Run around the whole area with my arms outstretched.
Now that we are no longer in the silenced area, since we're up on the platform, can I make a perception check to see if I can hear him?
Yeah.
All right.
Looking around, you don't think he's still up here. You do notice some signs of passage.
All right, then I will make. Can I make a survival check to see if I can follow the signs of passage?
You certainly can.
All right.
So you look at the signs of passage. The tracks would lead down the stairwell and kind of out this way. It looks like he was hoofing it, running full speed at one point. You would guess he's probably somewhere down the tunnel at this point.
I'll turn to the group and say, we can pursue him. He's invisible. He's got a, probably at least 100-yard lead on us. Or we could find a place to do Theo's, Master Starling's little rope trick and hide out until all of this brouhaha has blown over.
Is an hour long enough for this brouhaha to...
Oh, and by the way, at this
What about vampires?
At this point, looking down the tunnel, it does open up into a much larger cave that you believe is this first area down here. So
How far down the tunnel from the gate?
It goes another couple of 100 feet, then opens up into a larger cave area with a bunch of like pillars and like large open areas that are basically this first area on the map.
I mean, one possibility would be we could do the rope trick not here, but in one of the abandoned houses in the city, where they would be less likely to search and find us.
I would say perhaps what we could do if we wanted was to simply head down the hallway ourselves and into that room and start trying to make our way around quietly and perhaps under the guise of more stealth-like magics to the cave system that Mr. Boulderbottom has instructed us exists. Maybe if we leave now, by the time that this Dwergar actually gets whoever it is he's going to get, when they come back here, we will be long gone.
I like this plan because we're more likely to find a better place where we might have some cover or some place to hide for a bit in among the buildings than we are in this open hallway.
Indeed. And if we do get seen, then we perhaps can still utilize the rope trick if that is something that Master Starling wishes to do.
Question with the bell: is it a screw-on dinger or is it a thin chain?
Well, there's no actual chain on it anymore. You'd have to fly up to ring it, but the giants could just reach up and tap it.
No.
Oh,
Can we remove the flapper?
Yes, the ringer. The actual ball it rings.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but that's why I was saying ringer.
I mean, if you flew up there and took some time, you'd probably be able to take it apart. It might take some time, though. It's not like an easy
around it.
I think he was just wondering what kind of ringer is it? Is it solid or is it like a chain ringer?
The inside it's like a solid bar.
Okay.
Well, there's a solid bar, yes, but if it's a solid bar, then there's going to be a hinge on top that you can just pull the pulley out of, and then it falls out, or it'd be a chain that's attached to the inside of the bell. In which case, I have magic metalworking tools and probably snap a thin chain pretty quick.
Well, based on the size, it's probably not a thin anything.
It's comparative.
I'll say, you can fly, right?
Yes.
So if you flew up there, you could probably take this thing apart in like 2 or 3 minutes.
Go away 2 or 3 minutes.
If you wanted to pull the, if you want to fly up in there and mess with it.
I don't know that it matters at this point, actually, since we're pretty sure the dwarf has moved on now. My main concern.
True, but it could cause enemies to come from both sides.
There are giants already alerted behind us, though. That is a good point.
All right,
And
so they don't ring the bells when they get here. Gotcha.
if we take the ringer out, it could make it look like we've been here. It still only looks like they killed each other.
Except for the poison.
Except for the
that
dwarf who's
Dragus
able to
had.
go off saying there was magic being used to make them kill each other.
We
And there's
should move
poison
along
step, yeah.
as quickly as we can. We've already tarried here a very long time, and they're probably on our heels.
Alright.
I agree.
Why don't we do a 5-minute break, just to do a quick stretch, and we can continue as you move on after that. Sound good?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Cool. I shall return. See what my dog is breaking in the other room.
I can't wait till tomorrow.
What happens tomorrow?
Another
Wednesday
game. Pretty wild then.
Oh yeah.
It's going really well. I feel like this whole cave, we've been super clever, more clever than we sometimes are.
Yeah, I think we had a lot more control over how things went instead of just reacting to things. I think this has been a pretty tight-knit operation.
I mean, Beldani's actually got to scout this in this dungeon, which he almost never gets to do.
He's got what?
He actually got to
scout? Yeah.
So, if I popped around the corner and shot at the Durgar before he went invisible, that definitely would have alerted the other giant, right? And caused a lot of bad.
Probably. He would have known something was up. But then he did die a few minutes later.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it might not have mattered
Bob?
because
Yeah.
the giants were still attacking each other. Even if the one giant was like something's up, he still was in combat with the charmed giant. So I might have worked, but
Man, I just sat there instead doing nothing because it was like, well, if I do something, it's gonna fuck everything up.
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know that we had really good choices when we were hoping to maybe just
Made it 0.
leave. Yeah.
My whole thought process throughout was that we, as a group, we easily could have dealt with them faster. But if we let them deal with themselves, then it very much looks like they just fucked each other up, which isn't. Yeah, there's all sorts of explanations for that.
And when the CSI fire giant comes, they may or may not see that one little poison blade mark.
True.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
They probably will. Based on past experience, they probably will. Instantly.
Well,
We'll say. I mean, they're wearing.
And they have a Durgar who turned invisible to go tell them everything that happened for the past since we lost other fire giants.
Would he turn on his fellow Durgar? I don't know.
Yeah, basically. I mean, he saw a fire giant throw a boulder at a Dwargar.
and squish him. Yeah. So he heard Zalia cast and might have looked that way and gotten a glimpse of something making some noise and moving out and back in. But it's how many feet away was it? 120?
120.
And he also saw 2 fire giants.
Based on
Well, it's one of those things of one person was biased, most likely
his
everything.
buddy. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't know what.
It's either that Durgar getting away means, yep, it's all found out, because that's how things like to work, or it's gonna be we started some rumor that there is a Durgar rebellion going against the Flame Giants.
We start a war between the flame fire
I
giants.
don't think that's gonna work out that way.
That's a good point, actually.
I mean, I think if he, so I mean, you know, worst case scenario, he saw Zelia quite plainly, but still, we're all of Wergar.
Yeah.
They still don't know it's us.
All right, I'm back.
Well, they don't know who us is anyway. It's not like they would. But yeah, I see what you mean.
Right.
That we're outsiders, yeah.
Plus, we're wearing a different uniform than the rest of them, and at any point, I could recast seeming so that we were wearing the same uniform as the rest of them, and we'd look like a whole different bunch of Drogar.
Especially now that we've
Give
seen
us freckles and stuff.
Which uniforms did we
I just chose generic uniforms. Remember that when we were outside, they said you don't look like you're from around here.
Oh.
That could have just been because they're like, oh, we know every single Duragar face here. We don't recognize her.
Oh yeah, I could think of some of the ones.
It was pretty well articulated by Lou that their clothes were different.
It was, but I could make us look like the Drogar that were up at the top that we saw.
So is Theo removing the clappers in the bells, or are we moving on?
I think we're moving on because
I got told it would take too much time.
Yeah, if you were gonna do that, I was just gonna like rifle through their pockets, but I'm not really that concerned.
I just wanted to use the tools.
I know.
Okay.
Did you get the name of the Drogar that was up at that we spoke to up there? I didn't catch it.
I did not know.
All right, so you're hurrying ahead down the tunnel.
Do you want stealthiness?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I will have to cast this at level 3 because I've been using all my level 2s today. So I will cast Pass Without Trace, and we will hurry along, and I will manually expend that level 3 slot.
Nice. Yeah, I think our plan is
Pass Without Trace. Like I've been doing all these level 2s today.
Yeah, I think our plan is basically to enter the chamber at a fairly quick pace, and then immediately go off the beaten path, and at that point, kind of follow Boulder Bottom to where he says the cave is.
Right.
Yep.
Do you think that passing this tower means that we're in a place where it's all right to be a Drogar? Should I recast seeming so that we look more like the people here? Perhaps take on some of the faces of the Drogar that we saw upstairs.
Make me look like the dead one.
I wouldn't do that necessarily, but making us look like we are of this clan or tribe or whatever you would call it, perhaps that is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I just thought a Durgar walking around with smashed in looking face would freak people out and make them avoid us.
Oh, you meant
we'll
with
do that.
the wounds and all?
Yeah.
So I
It's
will.
It's not a Dwergar rebellion. It's the rising of the dead Dwergar.
So I will cast seeming again on us, and this time I'll keep Donnie the same. But the rest of us, I will cast in the proper uniforms of the Drogar that we've seen, and I will actually use some of the faces of the Drogar that we met cutting wood up at the top, or similar
ones that we know are not allowed.
Actually, age up Donnie's giant form a little bit, so he's happier with it. You can tell he does not like looking like a child giant, maybe like a preteen.
He's quite short.
Well, she made him adolescent.
It's the size is the
Don't
issue.
say short where Donnie can hear.
All right. So I will cast seeming again, Lou, and now we will be looking different than we looked before, and perhaps a little more distinctive. So those of us who could look like the lumberjack Dwargar, I will make look like lumberjacks, and then I'm actually going to give Ivor a little shock of white hair to make him look distinctive, so that he wouldn't have been recognizable had he been seen before.
Ah, nice. Good catch.
Something to like pull people's attention to him instead of us. Let him peacock.
Like I haven't seen that guy before. I'd remember him.
Alright, so you spend a 5th level spell. Are you out of spells, Beta?
No, I explained that I was casting that at level 3
casting at level 3.
because she's cast Pass Without Trace 3 times and Silence once now, and that's why she's out of level 2s. But she hasn't used any other spells.
Alright, so you cast Pass Without Trace, Azalea casts Seeming.
I'll also say to the group as we're walking, I wouldn't mind stopping when we get to someplace safe. I could use a bit of a
If there
recoup
really
of my
are a
energy.
lot of abandoned houses in this city, then we might, actually have a good chance of finding a place to hunker down.
So,
Perhaps
I mean,
once
it
we
is
get, perhaps if we get, it's like say halfway between where we are and where Boulder Bottom thinks we are supposed to go, and we can dip into some abandoned house then.
So
Agreed,
that
let's
one
try
is
and-
abandoned.
Yeah, let's try and cover some ground while we have the magic up for now. The seeming and the pass
All
without
right.
trace.
So as you are coming down this hallway into the city proper, you would see there are a bunch of Dwagar over here. And up ahead, it looks like there is a group of soldiers talking to someone who seems a little bit like he is reporting something. It might be the one
avoid
who
him.
ran.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
cast
would-
tongues on Ivor.
Okay. Does it look like we can move in a direction that is like, are they far enough toward the center of the cavern that we could go like sideways and avoid their notice? Is that an option, or is it kind of like a that's the only
So
gonna say
you're in the hall. You're kind of like in the hallway over here right now. It's not really marked on the map, but basically, if you move ahead, you're going to go into the area where the guards are, and going back goes to where you just were. So you would have to approach them if you entered the city proper. There are a bunch of Dwagar in this area as well that are kind of in these abandoned houses. This might be like the poorer part of the settlement.
Okay.
We might want to talk our way through this. It seems to me that we could say that we saw ourselves running away.
Say what?
We could say that we saw people who looked like we looked 10 minutes ago running the other way. Because that dwarf saw me cast a spell, but I was in a different uniform.
So we could say that we saw Dwagar wearing clothes that we did not recognize in the hallway?
Yes.
But do we want to basically say that there was a group of Drogar behind this? Because the dwarf that's reporting things, he saw fire giants attacking each other and attacking his buddy, and he saw the head of somebody peek around a corner and cast a spell. So, like, giving the story that there was a group of Drogar is like giving them more of the truth than they actually might have.
So as you're talking, you would see several guards now starting to make their way into this hallway, kind of towards the direction you are.
Okay. If it looks like they're... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say we could tell them that we found the wizard responsible, killed them, and we're just returning to the city.
All right, where's the wizard's body?
Upstairs, I should go and find it.
We left it upstairs in the tower.
I don't know how well that's going to go over, but try.
If it looks like they're approaching with intent, then I'll not dawdle, and I will approach them with sort of like an authoritative step if I can.
All right. They
Like I'm meant to be there.
So they're coming in this direction, and you said you are you would disguise yourselves as those from the lumber camp, right?
Some of us are. I think everybody who's not me and Zalia. So Betha, Theo, and Beldani. I think Zalia cast Seeming on with specific faces from the camp.
Yeah.
And Zalia and myself have just different faces because I think we were wearing the spellcaster attire anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So they're coming down the road. They would.
Wait, it's Theo who looks like the guy that we spoke to.
Okay. Up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, a bunch of the other Dwagar kind of getting out of the way, going into the houses on the side. The guards are coming down the road. They would see you guys coming up the road.
And these guards are Dwagar or fire giants?
Dwagar. You don't see any fire giants in the area right now.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So there's about
Except for Donnie.
Yeah, well, except for Donnie. There's about 15 of them or so. They come up to where you are. One of them kind of looks at, you said Ivor, you're up front.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks at you. He says, are you coming from the back, from the city entrance?
That's correct, yes.
He says, I've gotten reports that there was some kind of attack over there. What's going on?
We're not sure entirely. It looked, well, it was a little bit unusual, to be honest. There was signs of fire giants. Well, one fire giant fighting some other fire giant. There was one of our kind who had been dispatched with a fucking boulder and was just guts everywhere. We weren't really sure what it meant, so we thought we would come back here.
Goddamn fire giant on fire giant violence. And they killed one of ours, you said?
They did. Bastards.
That guy was saying someone was casting spells from the darkness. He didn't get a good look at him. Were there any other Dwagar over there besides the one that died?
None that I could see, no.
He says, and you said you all came from where exactly?
Well, we had been assisting some of the Dwagar up at the top, up at the lumber camp, before we were told that we were not supposed to be in the cave, so having no real business there anymore, we came back down here.
He says, give me a persuasion check.
I think I'm out of juice. Yep, sure am. Okay.
Flash.
Okay, sweet. So that'll be 15. Jesus, that was bad.
So what are you doing to Flash of Genius him right now?
Oh, is it back to I need to be doing something every time?
I keep forgetting how this power works.
I make a bit of my brain power go into his brain power.
Yeah, alright. So you got a 15.
Hang on, I'll just, link it. It's not something that requires any verbal, somatic, anything.
Okay.
So I gotta say, it sounds like we're kind of onto something. If these Drugar are already kind of exasperated by fire giant on fire giant violence, like seems like Zalia's approach or Zalia's spell might be the way to keep going with things here.
I was going to say when it comes to when the results of my roll have been determined, I actually want to try to insight exactly that and see if it seems like there's
my
some
only
underlying tension
argument
here.
is that it says you gain the ability to come up with solutions. So it's almost like you'd be giving a solution to this. Does that make sense?
We have the ability to speak telepathically, so.
Okay, so you're kind of giving him some coaching from telepathy.
Yeah, that could work.
Sure.
Maybe
All right.
hey, maybe bring this specific thing up or something.
All right. So you say something mentally to him that gives him a +4 or +5, +4.
And I'm going to say, with the hopes of perhaps assisting him,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, I thought I heard some footsteps going in the opposite direction, but my friend here didn't think he heard them.
So the guy nods. He says, wait, they let you down from above. I thought they were closing the tunnels because of the attacks that were happening.
Well, yes, that's correct. But since it was kind of we didn't have any business up there, and we didn't have any business in the tunnels. So they tried very hard to tell us that we couldn't come back down, and to be frank, maybe it wasn't the right thing to do. But I said, "Well, what the fuck are we gonna do up here?" And they said, "Well, when you put it like that."
The guy looks down the tunnel. He says, all right, we should go investigate this. You take them over to the barracks. We'll ask them more questions later. And the one The one Dweger nods and he says, "All right, come with me." And the rest of them are going to quickly head down towards the gate.
Peace.
So
Where is the one that got away that made the report?
Oh, he's down the street a little. He's still talking to some of the guards.
Okay.
He's got his blanket,
But he's not,
his coffee.
He's not like looking at us show up and showing any kind of suspicion or alarm.
No,
okay.
no. He's he probably doesn't even see you yet. He's.
I guess we're in a city now, so it's not unusual for
you're
groups of.
much farther down the street, and you're a bunch of other Dweger who are kind of looking around.
And we look different than he saw us.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this one guy's like, "All right, come on, come with me," and he's trying to lead you into the city proper.
I'll follow.
Okay, so you're all following him.
The one guy.
Yeah, no, it's just the one Dweger. The rest of the squad ran down towards the gate.
Yeah, just the one guy. Sure.
All right, so he's leading you in. Yeah, you walk right past the mage who ran away. He's still talking to some of the guards, trying to describe what he saw casting wise. It sounds like, and kind of relaying the events of the giants attacking each other. But the guard leads you deeper into the city, past a bunch of Dweger who are kind of looking around, curious as to what happened at the gate. He would bring you over to the barracks, kind of bring you inside, where you see there's a bunch of other guards, looks like occupying this building.
Before we get into the barracks proper,
Yeah.
it's just this one guy that the other guy, the leader, told to take us, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna point to Donnie with my thumb and say, we gotta get this guy into the city, so we should probably head this way. I'm gonna look over at Edward like, help.
You just hear in your head Beldani say, "Shall I poison him with the drow poison to knock him unconscious, and then we can just book it?"
Wait, but we're now in the barracks with others, right?
You're approaching the barracks.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If it's something that you think you can do quickly, and it's something that takes effect quickly and can be done without notice, then yes.
I will.
It might be. I mean, you're in the middle of the street. It might be obvious if this guy suddenly passes out.
Are you okay? Are you okay, Rick? It's all right. Here, you just sit down for a bit. I'll go get help.
Is that what you're doing? Are you trying to poison him?
That remains to be seen.
If that's what we want to do, I was going to say I'd use sleight of hand to pull out my blowgun and hit him with a drow poison dart.
Oh, dart.
Because no one would.
So, do you have knowledge nature? Any of you?
Yes.
You might know something if you want to make a check.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think dwarves have resistance to poison.
Yes, dwarves are extremely resistant to all forms of poison. Not that they can't be poisoned, but it's very hard. Like, they have natural resistance to both. I think poison damage and saving throws are an advantage.
Theo probably would have chimed in as soon as you said poison dwarf and be like, have you seen how they drink?
Exactly. So,
perhaps we need another plan then.
So he's approaching the barracks. Are you gonna say something before he brings you there?
Say something. I just did.
Okay.
Yep. So in response to what Zelia said, I will say, oh yes, she actually makes a good point. This fucking fire giant is supposed to go into the city proper, and we were escorting him there. His presence is somewhat urgently required. He was found wandering the halls, and we fear that his family will be disproportionately upset if he is gone over long.
He looks at you. He says, "Well, we can get if we go in the barracks, I can get an escort to bring him wherever he needs to go. You guys, you probably should."
Escort. We are the escort.
Says, well, yeah, but they wanted to question you on what you saw, so I think we should probably give me a purse. Or sorry, what did you say to him?
They already did.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he said bring you to the barracks. That was the order.
Listen, I know you're just doing your job and you're just following orders, and I respect that you're doing that. That's highly commendable of you. I have an order as well, and that order is to bring this fire giant to the city proper gates so that he can be made their problem. I guarantee you, once I execute my order, I will come back to help you execute yours.
Give me a deception check. Because I assume you're lying.
Oh yeah, I'm not coming back. Are you kidding me? Man, I've been lying so much today.
You just wait till we can get new faces.
Jesus Christ, it shows. Fuck.
Do you have another flash of genius?
I already used the last one.
All
We have
right.
no flashes, we have no dark ones,
So
anything.
he says, look, I can just get him an escort. It's fine. You don't have to worry about it. Come on, let's go inside.
Very well.
He might suspect that you're probably going to blow him off and come back.
Busy
maybe.
is this street?
Sorry, what?
How busy is this street?
I mean, it's not super busy. There are Dwager walking about, but it's not as populous as like a big underground dwarven city would be. More like maybe several Dwager clans or groups inhabiting this area.
Since I had Pass Without Trace up when Ivor advanced and started talking, like, could I have kept my distance a little bit, like, and not covered Ivor in it when he was in the magic when he was talking, or would that have not been feasible, the spacing needed?
Like back before?
Back before what?
Or what do you mean not have him in the magic?
Well, like, we put up the magic and said we were going to stealth, and then pretty much immediately we walked up to the
Oh, well, yeah, they walked up
and started talking.
They walked up to you.
Gotcha.
And, yeah.
So could I have hung back and kept my spell without it causing suspicion, or would it have been?
Well, at this point you can't, but you can try to like sneak off if that's what you want to do, like not go in the barracks.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is like if there was an opportunity, could I have like thought to Beldani, like, what if we disappear into an alley and kind of keep tabs on where the rest of the group is taken, just in case we have a chance to help out here, and then I can cover you with my magic. And since we have the telepathic bonds, the whole party would know that we're talking about this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a moment to make that decision because he's leading you into the barracks. Do you want to do
So
that?
that's what I said to Beldani. Yeah.
I'll sneak off with Auntie.
Okay. So yeah, I'll follow
all
him.
right. So you go ahead.
Oh, if people are sneaking off, I'll probably sneak off with them.
All right.
I mean, I think Ivor and I are making enough of a fuss, and we have Donnie with us that.
Yeah, so go ahead, the three of you make stealth checks if you're trying to sneak away while he's leading you into the barracks.
Theo has too much of a compulsion whenever it comes to people interrogating him, so he knows it's better to go away.
Alright, so
21 is the low.
Yeah, so you duck off into like a side area next to the barracks, disappearing into some shady cave areas. This place is not well lit up. In fact, the major light source is coming from the huge furnace in the middle. But these streets are actually very dark and shadowy. So yeah,
Just how Beldani likes it.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, the Dwager doesn't notice. But as he's looking around, he says, "Huh, aren't there more of you?" He just kind of shrugs and leads the others in. So the three of you, right? And
Yes.
and the background characters. I'll say the background characters went in as well. So the three of you and the background characters are inside. Or two of you, because there's 5 total.
Well, Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Donnie. Okay. So yeah, what are the outside people gonna do? I'll do you 3 first as you slip off into the alley.
I assume we'll kind of take
Don't be
Donnie's
suspicious.
lead. Yeah. My
Kinda
main
close by,
concern
abandoned
is
place,
to keep-
bunker down.
my main concern is to keep track of where Ivor and Zaylia have gone, and to stay unnoticed ourselves so that we can be of help when needed.
So they are, they're in the barracks right now.
So
Yep.
I think we'll try and find a place that's within a line of sight of the barracks, but where we can just be, Durgar hanging out, having a conversation.
Street
Hey,
toughs.
Belle.
The
If,
best part is I don't do any. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, Theo speaks Dwarven, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
I
was
speak
it'd be
very
really bad
fluent.
if Arthur didn't have anyone who speaks Dwarven. All right, cool.
Stuff and stuff. Yeah.
Belle, just to warn you, if they get stuck in there more than an hour, I'm probably going to disappear to the blacksmith place.
The big.
If they get
It's calling to me!
The big forge.
You hear Zelia over the walkie-talkie being like, "This is no time for studying blacksmithing."
Theo
here."
100% said that verbally, knowing.
Oh, damn it!
There's more outer thoughts than the inner one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Betha speaks Dwarvish. I honestly thought she didn't. I forgot. I got my characters mixed up. So never mind.
Alright. So inside, you're brought into the barracks. There's a bunch of other guards in here. They would kind of nod at you. One of them would walk over to Ivor and say, "Hey, what are you doing back down here, Gora?
Gora.
I thought you were up doing the lumbering shift."
To make it
Wait.
clear, I had made Ivor look quite distinctive.
I'm the lumberjack.
So, with a white...
Okay, never mind. I thought. Sorry.
Yeah, I
got
think
Theo mixed up.
Zalia and Ivor are like originals. Or, like
Okay.
they're new persons.
All right,
Then-
so then they wouldn't recognize you. Never mind. The guy walks up. He's like, "Oh wait, never mind. Sorry, I don't know you." So yeah, you're brought over to kind of a side area, and the guard says, "Just wait here till the captain gets back, and I'll probably just answer some questions, and we'll get you all up to the mid city where the fire giant families are."
Do you have an idea of how long that will take?
Probably really depends on if they find anything. I wouldn't guess more than a couple of hours.
Oh yes, the captain from the group that went south. Right.
He says, "Yeah, if you want, we can try to take this guy up now."
No, it's fine. As I've said, we do have a very specific responsibility for him. So if the opportunity to leave now is not on the table, then perhaps we will just wait and take him ourselves later.
As well, if the giants at the gate were killed, this is pretty serious. So yeah, I think it's best if we wait. Says there's already been messages sent about the attack, so we should have fire giants coming down shortly.
Understood. Honestly, it's as I said, it's the strangest fucking thing. It looks like they killed each other. I don't know what would drive them to do that, but
Yeah, and one of our people too, bastards.
indeed, fucking bastards. Down with the fire giants, am I right?
He's like, "Whoa."
I'm gonna message to Johnny and say, tell them that you have to go and pee and get out of here. I can get Ivor and I out of here later.
Donnie says, "I gotta go pee." The guy, the Dwager guard says, "Just go pee in the alley or something."
One of our compatriots is out there. He can go find them.
Did you just snitch on us?
Got snitched on.
Snitched on someone.
So one of the guards says, "All right, come on with me, big guy. We'll bring you out to the alley and get you a quick pee."
Does Donnie speak Dwarvish, or are they speaking in Giant?
Donnie is speaking in Giant, which they seem to speak as well.
Okay, cool.
So they walk him outside. You guys outside would see Donnie as a giant kind of get walked off to the side here to take a pee in the alleyway. You doing anything?
Towards us or away from us?
I thought so. Did you stay in the alley or did you go across the street?
Well, we just said we were staying somewhere hidden with line of sight.
Yeah, so I assumed you kind of went across the street so you could watch the barracks, but you could go over to the alley if you want.
If y'all want to wait here, I can go try and get Donnie. Or, well, Belle, are you pretty persuasive?
I'm pretty deceptive, but I don't speak Dwarvish.
That's right, and I don't think I can translate through the mind link for you. Alright, I'll walk over there and try and get Donnie.
I was just thinking I could get Ivor and I out with Dimension Door if we could just settle down in someplace quiet and then we could all make our way out.
So
won't you guys disappearing cause a little bit of a ruckus? Or are you going to do it once?
100% going to cause a ruckus.
Yeah.
I can't get 3 of us out of here, so that was my thinking.
Yeah. Maybe wait until they've finished chatting with you and nobody's kind of like looking at you when you disappear.
Wait for a couple of hours.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So you go over to the alley where Donnie is a giant. Looks like he's peeing. There's like a drain there, and he's just peeing into it. What do you want to do? Are you trying to sneak up on this guy who's with him, or what do you?
Hell no! If I try and sneak up on him, no. I'd just be way too suspicious.
So you're just walking up to them?
Yep. And go, hey, I ended up seeing that fire giant on the way down. And part of people are supposed to be making sure he gets back. You can leave him my care.
So the guy turns around. He says, well, the guy inside said it was really important he escort this guy.
Yes,
that we can escort him, I think, in my head. You know, that you're... You know,
I told you I was part of that group. I'm going to take care of him and make sure he still gets delivered so he don't get smashed by boulders.
Give me a persuasion check.
Going to use the inspiration.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
So he says, wait, you were part of that group? Shouldn't you be inside the barracks then? I thought you were all waiting for the questioning.
The boss is supposed to be answering all the questions. I'm sitting here waiting for the boss.
He says, well, if you want, we can take it up with your boss, but I think you should all come inside and wait for the questioning so we figure out what's going on.
Down the alley?
Yeah.
I'm gonna, in my head, whenever this seems like it's going really bad, just ping the bell. I think I need help.
I will... how far away are they?
I mean, they're just across the street. You don't have line of sight, though, unless you got to the alleyway entrance.
Okay, so I will move as quickly as possible to the entrance to the alleyway, and then, Blessing of the Raven Queen, teleport to right behind the Durgar and stab him in the back.
And as soon as he does that, lightning launch him in the face.
Alright. So.
Or cover his mouth while Belle just stabs him in the kidneys over and over.
Meanwhile, inside I turn to Ivor and say, they've gone awfully quiet.
I was going to say, just let's try and be as quiet as possible.
Over the mind link, there's so much blood everywhere!
So I'll say he doesn't have his shield out right now. He has his sword in his scabbard and a shield on his back.
Pretty sure out of the party, Bella and I would be the two best at silently just making somebody go, shh, go to sleep, go to sleep!
Yeah. Do I have a...
And Donnie's there too to hit him in the head.
Let's see if I have a hallway I can do this in.
I hope this all doesn't go even more south.
Yeah, and when Bell took off, I tried to follow as best I could. Once he teleported, of course, it would have taken me a little while to catch up, but I will try to follow and blanket them with stealth when I can. Yeah.
Hang on, baby. Mel, we're gonna stay back. Bell, if things do go really bad, we just say death to the fire giants, run around a corner, and
Death to the fire giants.
rope trick. Just
Alright.
throw them for a complete loop.
Do I not have the... Oh, I do have the tunnels. Okay, good. I have the tunnel maps.
Sorry, guys. I'm not too persuasive. You should just grab Ivor, put him in front of me.
We're inside and we've never met you.
I don't know this guy. Alright, so I'm just going to use this tunnel map here, even though it's not exactly, but it would be good for initiatives. So, tunnels, here we go. So yeah, we'll just say this is the alleyway. You guys would be, you two would be right here. There is a Theo. It's a little bit wider than I'd like it to be, but whatever, we'll go with it. There is the Stone Guard Dwager. From the edge of the alleyway, you are going to poof in. So let me get. Oh wait, I should probably put Beldani. So yeah, you're kind of at the edge of the alleyway back here, looking in. Give me an initiative roll.
Right.
And we have a Donnie.
Oh no!
Over here.
Am I not on the map?
Are you coming across the street too? I thought it was just Beldani and Theo.
I said when Beldani took off that I would have tried to follow, but once he teleported, he will be well ahead of me. It will take me probably an extra round to get to them.
Alright, so I'll bring you in a moment.
Okay.
Theo, Beldani, Donnie, who's peeing, and the Dwager. Okay.
Good job, Donnie.
So, Donnie...
Hey, aren't the background characters with them too?
No, they're in the... they went in the police station.
So they're with Bailey and Ivor?
Yeah.
No. Oh, I didn't realize that. Wait a minute. I didn't realize they were with us, or I wouldn't have even sent Donnie out. I thought that you said they went with everybody else.
Well, it would have been harder for that many people to sneak away, so I thought I said they went in the police station, unless I said the wrong thing.
If you leave Shivro behind, I will never forgive you.
I thought you said they followed the other group, but okay. Because I was trying to set it up so that I could dimension. I think I said it. I could dimension door Ivor and I out and join the rest of with the rest of the party. But
yeah.
It is what it is. It's fine. We probably wouldn't do that anyway at this point.
Alright, so Donnie doesn't really know what you're doing. He's just peeing. The Dwager guard is probably surprised. Beldani, you poof. So how far do you teleport?
30 feet, so I can teleport right there.
Donnie didn't pick up on anything going on?
He's peeing right now. Now he's probably going to pick up on something. Like, what the... So the guy looks at you confused as you suddenly poofing out of nowhere. Oh yeah. Stabby. So he is stabbed. As you do...
38 damage.
Does he have anything for necrotic? I don't think he does. No.
I don't think Durgard do.
So 10, 15, 38. He is near death, but he is still alive.
Yo, quietly.
That is it for Beldani. Theo.
Theo,
actually,
just smile.
I could offhand attack.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Alright.
To see if I can.
Yeah, 28 will stab him, and he goes down.
Well done, Beldani.
I pick up his body, or I try and fit his body into my bag.
Donnie finishes peeing. He's like, what are we doing? Oh, that guy's dead.
Shh, Donnie, shh.
Just
As I'm stuffing the body into the bag.
I'm just a fire giant. How much do you have in your bag of holding already? Because this guy is a couple 100 pounds.
He's a couple 100 pounds?
Hey, he's a big old dwarf with armor on.
Alright, Bill, throw down the portable hole.
Why don't we just throw him in the corner over here, Donnie says.
Somebody might walk by and see him and then go, oh my
god! I will take out the portable hole.
Okay.
Put it on the ground, shove the body in, pick up the hole.
Pretty sure we don't even shove, just roll him over into it.
So he vanishes into the portable hole as you close it up. Do you have any other corpses in there stinking it up?
I don't think so. I think this is the first time we've put a corpse in.
Right.
I think that there's a mimic corpse in Theo's bag.
It rotted. Yeah. I just have goo now.
Donnie says, so who's going to escort me back to my family?
Me.
Okay. Alright, so where are these three of you going?
I think we'll head to rejoin.
Well,
Beta.
I think having Donnie with us will bring a bit too much attention. I'll try and check buildings around and see if any of them don't have people inside. Try and find somewhere that's not inhabited but close by.
I'll help Theo look for an abandoned house nearby that I know is within dimension door distance from the barracks.
Smart.
Donnie says,
yeah, we'll
should I stay here or?
No, Donnie, you're coming with us.
Oh, okay. Alright, so you going back out into the street with him?
Probably use these alleys to check these buildings first, and then if we have to go into the road, then yes, but we're trying to be stealthy.
Have you updated us as to what's going on over the walkie-talkie?
Hey, Zaylee, we just murdered a guy. We got Donnie now. Trying to find a place to bunker down.
Oh god. I'll look, Ivor. Do you think we should send Chevro and Boulderbottom to go and look for Donnie?
When was the last time you cast walkie-talkie? Just out of curiosity.
Probably longer ago than we're using it.
It's been some time.
It's not the never-ending spell?
No, it's
Isn't
not.
it like
It's an hour.
it's like 8 hours?
We cast it on our way.
Oh, it's 1 hour, I thought.
No, it's 1 hour. But I would have cast it on our way into the city area. So if we've been here an hour,
probably like half an hour.
Okay.
If you cast it after the battle, then it's probably been about half an hour since the giant
when did we
fight.
cast it?
So,
well, Theo was working on the bell.
Theo, you suddenly see Beldani's Durgar form shift from the illusion that Zalia cast as he cast Disguise Self and makes him look like the Durgar that he just murdered.
Ooh.
And he's like,
that's clever.
Let's go back into the barracks. Say we've gotten new orders to take the fire giant immediately, and that we need our full troop.
Do you want me to go with you or stick with
Yeah,
Faith?
I need you to say it because I can't speak Dwarvish.
Oh shit, that's right. I can't just. Oh, yep. I can't just.
So can I give Theo advantage on the deception check because I'm telling him what to say?
Oh, can I cast enhance ability on him? Oh no, I'm concentrating on my.
Enhance ability on myself.
So Betha is there. I forgot to bring you in, but you are there as well. Yeah, I mean, if you're not concentrating anything, you could probably cast it on yourself now.
Yeah, Baith is concentrating, so.
But as this is happening, outside the alleyway, you hear a bunch of large footsteps.
Oh god.
It sounds like giants.
Oh wait, hang on. Double checking to make sure this could actually.
You would see actually a bunch of the Dwagar kind of getting out of the street at this point.
If we hear those.
Time for us to make ourselves scarce.
We don't look like we looked then, though. Just remember.
Yeah, but we do have Donnie with us.
They're gonna pay attention to Donnie.
Yes.
You hear... Does anyone speak giant?
Donnie.
Johnny.
So you hear a yell, a very loud yell on the street in a language you don't understand, that goes on for at least 15 to 20 seconds.
Donnie, what are they saying?
Huh?
In the mind. In the mind.
He says...
Is Donnie speaking out loud or in the mind?
He's thinking out loud. He says...
Okay, then I'm going to be like, in
what?
the head.
He says dwarves have killed fire giants, some mine master or something. You will be punished if the culprits aren't found or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. That was actually pretty good. Thank you,
Sounds
Donnie.
like
Good job.
he's mad about something.
Alright, so, Belle, do you want to take a peek around the corner, see how close they are, if we have a chance to get inside without them seeing?
Well, could you just leave Donnie where he is, and the two of you come as Drogar?
Oh, and you guys inside heard that too, and a bunch of the guards are kind of looking at each other with like an oh shit look. And the guard captain sighs. He says, motherfuckers.
But Ivor would.
I'll just think to Theo. Maybe this is our chance. We can head back to the barracks, say, we need to return the fire giant as soon as possible since they are clearly upset. The longer we delay, the more angry they will become.
Well, I think this might be a good time to end, and you guys can scheme for next week. Because we are at 8:30 anyway. Or 8:36. So why don't we do MVP votes, and we'll put a pin in it, and next week you can have your plans. You're scheming.
Schemers.
Exactly. None of the fights took place where I was expecting them. That's fine.
That's how we roll.
That was a pretty impressive use of the madness thing. Our enemies abound.
Yeah, that was good. I love that he squashed the little dwarf.
I like this plan that Beldani's come up with.
Now, we do have fire giants coming in and saying they're going to start punishing people, so spark rebellion.
Well, I think it's interesting that they're convinced that the dwarves killed these giants.
So there is a tie between Beldani and Zalia.
We'll defer to Beldani.
Alright. Beldani, you are MVP.
Oh, thanks, everybody.
Once again, you were last week as well. Yeah, good job, everyone. But yeah, I'm going to take some notes and we'll pick it up next time.
That's good. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Night all. Sweet session.